need to get a drink.
Shit.
You tell him, Lennon.
I've run out of Betty's.
Every time you talk about viciously beating the button, it reminds me of the meme where it's like, yeah, I'm making a sword, I gotta knock out a few kinks though, and they wax the sword and the sword goes harder, and then the blacksmith just sighs in failed blacksmith.
Yeah. You know what else is a good meme? The Zaz Death Bar. That's a great meme. And we're going to talk about that today in Whispers from the Atheneum presents Session 82 of Echoes of the Forgotten. What is up? It's been a bit. And it will be a bit. This is the final normal campaign for a bit until the end of April, as announcement / already did this already. We'll be doing Curse of Brad once again. We skipped last year to continue on with the Nuzlocke, but we're back. Our heroes are returning to Brad and are going to try and get to this party. So it's going to be a good time.
Is it?
I think so. They like my Brad. Kay really likes it when I
It's a lot of fun.
fuck the tone up right at the start.
I like it when there's like divergent stuff. That's like my favorite genre.
I just watched fucking Dirk Gently because Darren was like Dirk Gently good, and I heard it was good. That's a fucking great time loop story. Season 1, fantastic.
Y'all.
And inspiration.
It did inspire a couple things. I felt like it inspired some of last week's game a little bit. But yeah, your game. I feel like there was a little inspiration. I don't remember exactly, but I felt like, this is a Dirk Gently vibe for real.
I just honestly had that entire game, which wasn't streamed. I had that vibe literally that afternoon. I was like, I want to do this, and then we did it.
Yeah, it was good. Stream might watch a version of that is a lot less me handling everything in the background.
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was just I had to do a lot of things. Darian doesn't have fantasy ground, so I had to do a lot of things for Darian. But even if Darian did the things, it'd still be a bit of just shifting things around. But it was a fun game. We'll talk about it on break. Because Darian needs to talk about what we're doing today. Or, I mean, what happened last time, I guess.
I'm sorry, I gotta go fold my socks.
I mean, go ahead. Bring the socks basket with you. Sit down. Darian will spin you a yarn.
Maybe you need some socks.
No, carry on. I'm just gonna mute while I drink.
Last time on Echoes, the Gatekeepers continued the Great Hunt, taking a rest to recuperate and then trying for one last prey before time ran out. As it's always best to go hard instead of going home, they chose to fight the final toughest foe, which turned out to be a froghemoth. Though it put up a decent fight, swallowing and vomiting up multiple people, the party managed to end it with less than a minute to spare. Once the event ended, they discovered that with that final kill, it gave them first place, narrowly beating out Kuyan's team. The evening was full of revelry and emotional scenes before sleep claimed the group. In the morning, Akfa collected some of his compatriots and ventured off to a nearby ruin where they looked over a structure that used to be significant for the Leonin people. They settled down to meditate, and Zaz left to go get some stuff before committing to this task. Terra and Hugin wandered the varied camps of the Great Pride and discovered events that they could take part in that would earn points for their respective teams. Hitting the ball while it's rolling, Terra immediately went to start competing, while Hugin tried to figure out where everyone was and what was going on.
Alright. So, as this day has begun, we'll say it is the 16th of Anko, about mid-morning, or probably around the middle of the day at this point, as an hour has passed since you've left Zaz to go get your things. As you spend a little bit of time, as the sun is bearing down on you, despite it being, I think it's the middle of winter at the moment, or at least the start of it, there is a little bit more heat in this area. And you spend a couple minutes, a couple seconds at least, just chilling next to a tree that still has all of its leaves. As you go to step, as your foot hits the ground and the grass around you, you feel a jolt of pain, almost like heartburn, coming from first your heart and then down in your chest area. As you get a little bit short of breath as you breathe in deeply to sort of just brace through it. Can you roll a con save into the tower?
Can do.
I still bet 50, of course.
As you do this, as you sort of brace through the pain, it fades after about 10-15 seconds, leaving you a little bit worried, wondering what it was. But you promised to do something, and so you continue on.
I've only got 5 minutes, but I'll be about 3 hours.
Meanwhile,
Might be more.
the other two at camp, you guys are participating in some competitions.
Yee.
Captain.
We had Terra do. What did Terra compete in last time?
It was the fire thing.
Fire thing.
I had
Yeah,
an
who can,
argument
who can
with my
stand near the
cat
fire the
one.
longest?
That's it. Fair enough. As Hugin's mind isn't really put at ease, but he sees the merriment around him. He signs up for a competition. And I think it's the wrestling competition.
Do some wrestling.
As you sort of enter this mini dirt circle, it is like traditional wrestling, sort of mixed with sumo. Your main objective is to either get a person on the ground and unable to get up within 10 seconds, or push them out of this ring that's been established by rocks. As you approach, you see yourself, several Leonin, one a GIF that looks like, and some sort of rhino person, all just sort of stretching their muscles. All sort of the Leonins sort of have a similar build to you, very like muscular and stuff, but the GIF and the Rhino Man have definitely got like body mass as well. Like everyone's got muscles, but they're hefty big boys.
Heck and chonkers, if you will.
As your name is called up, you are brought into the arena to face off one of the Leonin present. Can I have a athletics check into the tower?
You got it, Chief.
Let me switch this to adventure. The chill music doesn't work right now. We need, like, antic music. Alright. As this Leonin steps up, and a large clap coming from one of the elders that seems to resonate around you, a la the Thaumaturgy spell, the wrestling begins, where this Leonin powers down into a very like feline attacking position, going low, trying to like use its speed to sweep you off your feet. As they run into you, you sort of just stand there stoically. As they slam, try to push you, you don't move, and then you grab him by the scruff of his neck and throw him out of the arena. As you got a nat 20.
Damn nice.
A couple more rounds pass by. A Leonin seems to go up against. There seems to be a Leonin versus Leonin match. One of the Leonin fights off the GIF, and the other one fights off the Rhino Man. With the two big boys winning, obviously. And a member of one of the clan Moonmane. The Leonin there takes the prize. As the second round begins, it's you and the Moonmane Leonin. As you roll me an insight check.
Yeah. Good size.
As you're looking him over, he seems to be like all the Leonins sort of have your build. There is some muscle in there, and they are toned. But this one seems to resemble you a whole lot more, being a man of like conviction and honor. while you had a position in the army, an albeit decent one, he seems to have some sort of military or guard-like training. As there is a nod of, like, respect given your way, as he seems to also be glancing you over.
I
Alright.
take it you're also trained.
You have to be when you're the captain of the city, especially one like Tonarus.
Ah. I'm trained by the ice, so. And, well, the hobgoblins, but doesn't matter. Let's
International
Not a son of
versus national, then.
Yeah.
As you both sort of stretch, another large clap happens, and we'll have your stealth check into the your athletics check into the tower.
I'll stealth. I'll get in that one.
Check.
As you clash into this fight, both hands are covered as both of you seemingly go for the one-hand punch, but catch one another. They put much more pressure into yours, backpedaling the Moonmane Leonin back one step. As we'll go for another one.
He's insightful fighting.
Sure. Yeah, I'll see if he lies to you, I guess. And we'll give you advantage if he doesn't succeed, if he fails. Yeah, roll with advantage into the tower. As you sort of looking at weak points that he's got, noticing there's the same relative strength and training being used. You keep putting pressure on him. This grip hasn't started. You straight, like, both of you, like, swipe your attacking hands away, going in for the more of a pushing motion now, as you start backing him up to the edge of the arena. Last one. Potentially.
Okay.
You might win this back. Stick with, no,
Regular?
make it regular. I think it'll be a one-time use in and around with that insightful fighting.
Yep.
As, like, he's putting more pressure in, and you give him, like, a feint, you step back, trying to, like, feint him out, and as you do, as you break your hands away from him to give him, like, the fakeness of him winning the strength thing, he uses that to get his full body upright to push you again, and you just go low and shove him out of the arena, as you're on to the final round, it seems. He gets up, and he shakes your hand. Or if
I'd like to help him up with a predator grip and pull him up.
Yeah?
Well fought.
Seems like I need more training.
So do I. Never stops for us.
He gives a nod as he goes ahead and watches the final competition. As who do you want to win, Darren? Do you want Rhino Man to win or Hippo Man to win?
I'm gonna flip a literal coin. And by that roll, I'm gonna roll a D, whatever I pull out of my bag in front of me. Odds Rhino Man, evens Hippo Man. Other guy.
Thank you for the
That's
raid.
an even.
You're right.
So the Rhino Man loses.
Yeah. As the last round is called, it is you versus this Gift Man. And he just looks like, well, I thought the big man would be a good finale, but looks like I'll just take this easily then.
Underestimate me at your own peril, friend.
All I can do is underestimate you. He sort of looks at your comparison heights, and this man is standing like 7 feet tall.
Well, you know what they say. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
Let's just hope I don't fall on you, little one. As we'll go for the rolls.
That's great.
You big man.
Big boy.
As you slam and you slam on him, you catch him in a moment. You do use your smaller body size and his ability to underestimate you to put some pressure on him, push him on the back burner, but he still stays resilient enough to like continue on with this fight. As he sort of grunts, is like, oh, I guess little things do have small. I'm dumb. Me not good at metaphor right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no metaphor bad.
I'm
What?
The highlight of the night.
I want to insightful fighting this man. I know the cocky type. I want to see if he's gonna give in and keep being this asshole.
You're insightful fighting him? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Natural 1.
All you can do is read this man.
All I can do is read him.
Yeah. You see weaknesses in his form. You see that he's heavily relying on his stronger body and bigger size to try and win this. And he thinks that, like, oh, you just caught him off guard. He'll be able to come back from this.
Alrighty.
Alright,
With
roll
advantage.
advantage.
In the tower.
As you do this, as you sort of read him, he like bulks up, he stretches out his muscles and becomes this rock. And as you sort of like push into him, he pushes back into you. There is no movement. You still have got him closer to the end of the ring, but now he's not moving. Next roll.
Alright.
Putting up a fight. You can do it.
The thing is, I have command.
Now it's up to you to use it. It is a verbal component. People will know that you're casting a spell.
I feel like that's cheating, man.
It is cheating, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Instead, what I'd like to do is, could I pump a smite into this?
Sure. If you want to burn a spell slot, I'll let you add your charisma modifier in addition to your athletics check.
Alright. Burning that. Adding a 4.
As you put your foot down, you see now, as like you're putting your strength into this, your hands start to flicker. Like how your warg is summoned, and I probably didn't mention it when you were smiting, but your body starts to flicker through different like there's different arms appearing on you. Some are like old and wrinkly. Some are even like different species, like Goliath and like pure muscle. Some are little baby hands. As you putting your foot, as like you're using your pressure to spring your divine magic into you to aid, it is not enough for this GIF as he pushes back and puts you back into the middle of this arena.
Come on, big boy. Give me some more to have another one like this in Aegis. Is that all you've got?
I don't know. Is that all you've got?
I'm a burn. Can I burn a higher level slot?
Yeah. Give it a +2 for any other slot above 1 on top of charisma.
Alright. So +6.
Man. sure lucky nat ones don't have don't matter with ability checks.
Oh shit! Really?
As you do this, you put all your pressure into this. You gain inspiration, of course, as you seem to falter. But so does this GIF, and you use that surprise momentum to like push him back to the position that he was before just a second ago.
Was it a double nat 1 moment?
No, he rolled a 6, but his addition made it less than Dimitri's.
Wow.
That's what a plus 14 does.
That's pretty fucking ridiculous.
I'm gonna do it again, and
Yeah?
I'm gonna burn the inspiration.
Alright?
That
Yeah, roll it
only
again.
rolled once.
It's okay, roll it again. Yeah. As you push back, using this fan covering, using this like recovering strength of yours, you charge once again. You push him back as he becomes solid once again, and he starts pushing you back to the center. As both of you are in this, you're both huffing and puffing. You exerted a lot of your energy. This is probably going to be a make it or break it roll.
I'll do it one more time at second level.
Okay. Get inspiration.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
As both of you charge forward, you start yelling, both of you like grunting and screaming as both of you are running in, sort of almost hugging each other, heads butting, even though he's got a good thing. Your head is pushing onto his chest as he's sort of crouching on top of you, as you're both running at your full speeds. And there is dust around the arena, as at the end of it, Hugin stands in the center by himself.
Oh my god.
Even with a final nat 1, you still outdid the man.
That's amazing.
And with that, you earn 3 points to Clan Akva.
I'll help the GIF up.
Oh, you wrestle good, little one.
Don't sell yourself short. I'm fucking small.
And yeah,
Come, let me buy an ale.
that will be good, but I don't think they sell barrels.
Ah.
As
Not with that attitude.
you make friends with the big gift man, and you head off to
Yep.
go drinking.
Yeah, if there's a drinking contest, you know what I'm doing.
All right, Tara. You mentioned medicine, perception, or sleight of hand. Which one are you going to go for?
I'll go for medicine.
All right. As you are in this thing, you see what looks to be a bunch of different people, mainly females. You see a couple of female Leonin, a flame genasi man, a Leonin man, and yourself are sort of seated on these cushions where an elder is sitting there with what looks to be some sort of diseased person on a cushion in the center of this ring.
Ew.
Where there seems to be an array of tools and herbs in front of you, at which point the elder's like, in this competition, it is in a pride. There is many opportunity for soothsayers and healers, and to become a good one, you need to know efficiency, and you have to be quite knowledgeable. Your task is to figure out what's wrong with this young man. She places like over this Leonin man sort of lying there on this pillow. and produce the proper tonic, poultice, or potion that you can to aid him. If everyone's ready, time will begin now.
Is the man stinky? I just need to know this.
He's a little.
Man stinky.
He's a little bit stinky.
Stinky.
Your first medicine check for this competition is to identify what is wrong with him.
Can I pop that in the tower?
Yes. Darren, if you want to roll some d20s for this event.
Sure. How many you want me to roll into?
Roll one for now. We'll see how fast other competitors are compared to our friend here.
Clearly his whole problem is just the fact that he's stinky.
It is
just needs a
stinky,
bath.
it is warm.
Bro just needs a
He's
bath.
a lion. I feel like lions usually have a bit of a smell to them.
Bit of a musk, if you will.
Christine would know.
As
Wow.
as you're looking over, roll me a d4. As you're looking over to see what's going on, you notice that all five of you are sort of inspecting this man at the same time. Other people are looking at certain parts of the body, trying to see if there are wounds allocated with this, whatever this could be, if it's some sort of bug bite or scrape that could have done this. And as you start looking, you notice that two people have already made their way back to their stations and begun making whatever they seem to be making. It takes you a little bit longer to notice that there is like an infected wound sort of hidden behind this man's mane, and that a poultice is probably the best thing for him.
Okay, stinky boy.
As you make your way back to the station, we'll have you roll another medicine check. We'll actually have you roll two medicine checks. One will be your efficiency in making it, and the other one will be the potency and how good it works.
Sorry, I just want to check something real quick. Okay, so just two medicine checks, sir?
Yep.
Can I, like, while I'm doing this, kind of mildly loudly start mumbling, like, weird fake crap to try to off-put other people around me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Disrupt the others. Yeah, you can make a check, a charisma-based check. It does a deception because you're trying to essentially confuse them or distract them.
Deception? Cool, I'm good at it. Do you want me to throw that in tower or just do it normal?
Do normal.
Go normal. People
It
can
might
see
be insightful
how good
fighting.
you are.
Yep. Quite good.
Yeah, as you start chanting in Sylvan or Sylvan probably, not Elvish. People don't know that. Others are sort of looking at you strangely, like, is magic allowed in this? What? What's happening? And you see
Please tell me somebody gets disqualified for using magic, thinking it's okay.
yeah, someone starts speaking like the Genasi starts speaking like Ignan as well. And you see as the elder sort of walks over, starts looking at everyone's like crafting. There is a noticeable glow in the Genasi's like stuff, and he gets wrapped with a ruler or a stick across his hands, and he's like, "Fuck!" Gets back to it. It's like, no magic. I thought that was a given. As you go, you are quick. You're quicker than everyone else with your poultice. And as you go ahead, you roll the man over. You toss up the back of his mane, and you place a poultice on there. And after a few minutes, you notice that his breathing is more steady. And as you do, the elder is like, first place goes to the young tiefling woman.
I'm a bunny.
Oh, do we even... I don't even know if they know bunnies, I'm not gonna lie. The bunnies haven't been part of our lore yet.
I'm just some strange lady with ears.
This young lady. As you also gain 3 points for the squad, rolling a
Oh, yeah.
25 on your potency and a 21 on your efficiency.
Nice.
Damn. I'm pretty sure I rolled a nat 2 on efficiency and a nat 20 on potency for the next
Damn.
person after you. So you still beat them out barely.
Alright. As these events are running on through the camp, we will scan back over to the three of you sitting at this building, or the ruins of a building.
Yeah, how are you three passing the time? Because, as I said, he'd be 5 minutes. It's been like an hour and a bit. Like, what are you three doing in this time you're waiting?
I think after maybe 10 minutes of waiting, it would be very obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say that he was going back to
Back.
camp, even though that's 5 minutes away. Like, he said he'd be 5 minutes, but that's like a 3-hour round trip.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. After a little bit, like, noticing the restlessness, Thunder would be like,
Should we
I
just
don't
try anyway?
really- Do we wanna go? We can try, or do we want to go and catch up with him? I don't know. It's a weird thing to say. I'll be 5 minutes, and then do you think he maybe just doesn't want to do this?
No. I think he was eager for a chance to get to know us a bit better. Whether he would openly say that.
He seemed restless, a little grouchy than usual. I don't really know. I haven't really know him that well.
I did wake him up, to be fair.
The look of his eyes
Not a
as
morning
well seemed
person.
like he wanted to hit someone, so I doubt sitting here would have been fun for him.
Do you think we should leave it, or do you think we should go and just see if he's okay?
We should at least check, I guess.
You'll check.
We can... I mean, we can always come back here. Or I can come back here.
Just the way he was acting this morning's got giving me a funny feeling.
I don't know what you're on about, and it's like Christine starts to get up a little bit, like dusts herself off a little bit from sitting down. But honestly, I don't think spiritual is more my style anyway. I'll go look for him if that's what you wish. Make sure he's not causing problems at camp. Though again, I doubt he'd be that long, in the sense of more than what is expected. Again,
Sure you
he has to go back if he's actually going back.
sure you want to go on your own?
Just a shrug from her.
I mean, the both of
can
you
all
can
go.
head back if you want.
I don't see too much of an issue. I can take care
I
of
want-
myself.
I still want to do this meditation, Arthur. I
Yeah,
just think
exactly.
maybe
You two
if
can
we
get
just go
started.
and. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just, you have a way to contact us if something's up anyway. I think.
Thinks for a moment in her head. No. Give me another
Just be
leg.
safe. Because
I
I
can
will
s-
burn down every tribe if you go missing.
Oh, that's understandable. I can wait. Again, it's only been 10 minutes. At the very least, could wait another 30. See what happens.
If you
Maybe.
don't feel comfortable trying meditation, you are welcome to watch over instead.
We'll see. I say give it a little bit at least, because he did say he was going to camp. Whether or not he was joking about his comment of the exact time, I don't think he knows teleportation stuff.
At least not within the same realm, as far as I know. He did. You did manage. A lot of you did manage to rescue us.
No, yeah, but
That wasn't
Fair.
teleportating, though.
no.
Maybe he flew back.
Again, I'm sure if he wants to be, he can be as fast as he needs to be. He has powers like that, so I assume he can use them.
All
Give it
right.
another
Well,
30 minutes at least.
I'll take a moment to see if I've got something in my bag here. Little pouch. I suggest finding some sort of item that you carry on you of not necessarily importance, but just sentimental.
I have just the thing. Sina pulls the teacup out.
Mhm.
Sure.
I don't
They
know if
shouldn't-
Arthur has seen the teacup yet.
I can only promise these shouldn't get broken in any way.
It's okay, it's been broken before. Just means I get to fix it again.
Though again, if you're trying to use it as a way to locate an item, you could always focus on this. And it's like from the two things around her neck, she gets out her necklace, which is the glass shard, like almost sand-like on the inside. We know this to be of the plains. I doubt anyone's got something similar to this.
I'm not so certain what we're trying to find is, or what I'm trying. Akva brain frazzled.
I'm assuming the idea was to like give me something to go off in case someone needs to locate me in the future.
No, this was
Unless you have a
actually
different thing.
this. Well, that is important, yes, and I do plan to get something like of sort if ever the opportunity arises.
Just shakes the necklace again.
No, the idea was we set it as not an offering per se, but something that grounds us to reality between us.
Oh, then this is probably not the right thing to do.
Something that allows us to always recall a memory in this plane of existence.
Something special. Something personally special.
That's why I said sentimental.
Christine just starts to take like a seat back down again. Does this have to be something of each of us, or just of us
Yeah.
three?
You don't have to do anything if you do not wish, but something, just something to remind you of this place.
Of this place?
That's in this plane. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Akva is going to pull out a small, like, prayer book.
Okay.
Obviously I'm not opening it, but
Yes. Plus more prayer
that sort
book.
of places it down between the three of us in like this little almost triangle, I guess.
So the three of you sat down to do your meditation, try and key into this place you're in.
As I said, we could try tapping into different planes of energy or different forms of things each. While I can touch the divine, I still feel spiritual's the way I should go.
Like I said, I'm always happy to give it a try. I don't think my, she like just has a long pause. I don't know if spiritual is what I would even say is right for me. But I'm willing to give it a try if it helps with what you're trying to look for here. Just don't expect any results from me. I'm not. This isn't my thing.
In your case, Christine, if you fear it might be dangerous to try and deep down connect with a very specific plane, maybe avoid that form of energy.
I can goddamn try. Usually finds me in the end.
Just know whatever happens, I will try everything I can to keep you both safe.
So the three of you settle down to begin this meditation. Tapping into the various trainings that some of you have received, or just following along with whatever feels innate to you. I'll get all three of you to make a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Akfa, I feel like yours makes most sense to be religion.
Mm-hmm.
Selena, I think you could do either religion or arcana.
Arcana.
And Christine, you can make a roll that you tell me connects to whatever you think inside you, whatever instinct you're following that kind of guides you in this way.
Oh,
Into the tower.
Deception.
Not in the open, because AJ's AFK and I can't see in the tower.
Right,
That's
right.
a hard choice, actually.
Yeah, it is. And you have to make
Oh
it.
my fucking god.
I think whatever it is, it's probably more of a less of pure meditative, clear state of mind. Like anything, probably like even close to wisdom is probably out of the question. And this is probably the first time that she's like just trying not to think about what exactly is happening and what we're trying to achieve. Just trying to kind of let herself just float, I guess, a bit. Which probably ends up leaving her more just with herself, her sense of self. As much as I don't want to, I think it's going to be charisma, just flat, I imagine.
Like a like you said, sense of self, and I thought insight sounded right.
No,
If you want-
I don't think it's that.
You can roll essentially a spell casting check with charisma.
Spellcaster.
So this would be equivalent to just charisma plus proficiency.
Yep.
I make a note as well. I don't know. I'm assuming we're sort of sitting like in like a sort of
Little triangle, yeah.
Sort of a triangle,
like
yeah.
triangle, yeah. So like Selena would be kind of between both of you. Oh boy.
Give yourself
yes,
inspiration,
and
you're saying?
be between both of you, and she has the sort of cup in front of her. She's got like her hands like basically like both hands on it, just gently, and one sort of hand is resting, like the fingertips are resting over one part of it, which is the purple line, and the other part is resting over the line that's like black and white to signify Akfa and Christine.
I will say that I'm going to buy this.
Is she a robot for anyone else or just me?
Yeah.
Me too.
She was a robot for you.
Oh no. Okay, you're a robot.
Yeah.
You really did connect to your inner self.
You
Oh,
Hey, if you want ties of chaos to reroll, I'll let you.
Let go.
Yeah, unfortunately, it needs to be a saving roll. I would have asked to use my rage.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah, it is. It's still going. If you want to burn tides of chaos to roll again, I'll let you.
I will. I'm trying. Give me a sec.
That's okay. And if you roll something other than a 1, then you don't get your inspiration.
There
Okay,
you go.
that's a
Give me like 2
26.
secs.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm the failure.
Woo, I'm a failure. Woo.
Okay,
Well,
I've swapped over to hotspot. How you guys doing?
I don't
You're
know, but
much
I'm assuming this is
clearer.
how I got
Alright,
possessed.
cool. I was gonna say, I imagine like with Tides of Chaos, it's like that sort of with that more focusing on the self, the like just that. It's just kind of just imagine like holding on to the few things close and just through those whatever, pushing that force of myself through. Maybe cutting through a bit of the noise.
You all sit and you meditate. Meditation is not something that happens quickly, and so you spend a decent amount of time focusing your inner thoughts, concentrating on your oneness, trying to have an empty mind or a full mind, depending on how you approach this. I feel like some of you have an easier time emptying your thoughts than others. Akfor, as you try to reach that state you've had before, where you feel that twist of divine energy, the necrotic and the radiant on each side. You try to feel where they touch, that meeting point between the two, that sometimes brings you a moment of clarity beyond what you usually expect. You find it ever increasingly difficult to seek that one little incredibly fine line. It seems like the more you reach for it, the more it pulls away, and each time as it goes on, as you keep trying to find this spot, all you can remember is the previous night when you went and spoke to Kuyan, and as you left, where you expected to see two birds, one black, one white, you only saw the one.
Mm-hmm.
Selena, you follow your Devaja training. It is something you've learned. Meditation is something you've learned before. It is a very key aspect of tapping into this extrasensory oneness that you need, that helps you do your Devaja work, or what you will be doing one day, hopefully. You feel the weave around you, and just how it lays over everything, how it connects to the world itself. Well, it's not something you can see, you can just feel that inherent connection that everything has with everything else, how the air passes over you all, and how the different way that like Christine and Akfor shift, that change very minor things around the area that affects you, that affects each other. You feel how you all affect each other, and how this place affects you. And you try to focus your vision more on this location and where you are, and also who you're with, in terms of how you all fit in together and how you all fit into the world itself. And Christine. Meditation is something I don't believe Christine would be good at.
I would concur.
Generally, there's too many thoughts running through her head, too much going on. In a way, too much of a lack of an ability to sit still for long periods of time, or a temptation to act. In fact, more like an impulse to act, that I feel like she struggles to start with. And as you try not to disrupt the other two, you do something you usually avoid, and that is you look inwards. Given the few times you've looked inwards, haven't been positive experiences for Christine. Generally, they involve a mirror, or a lake, or chains. Things that I'm assuming she would prefer to not bring to the forefront of her mind.
Well, at least not in that initiality.
Yeah. As you do take that step inwards, to try and focus down away from what's going on around you, and own this tempest of magic inside of you, you manage to find a peace for once. Something that is very, very, strange, very uncomfortable in some ways. A calm amid a storm, as almost like a lake. It's a still lake, unmoving. The three of you spend some time trying to focus, and after a good half hour, probably even 45-ish minutes, you feel like nothing's really changed. And eventually you can't help but assume that nothing will come of this. And one by one, whether it's Akfor or Christine or Selena, who eventually gives up first. But after half an hour 45, all three of you come to the conclusion that there is nothing to be gained by meditating here.
Well, not in that sense.
You're right. We should start a savannah fire.
Christina should be the last one to then come out of this. Probably in a weird thought of, you know, peace, serenity of a sense. Maybe like still thinking, but instead of just kind of combatant, it's like flowing those emotions through. I don't know, just part of that. I think she might just stay for as long as she really can until probably nudged around.
If that's the case, I want to take an opportunity to talk directly to Selena.
Go for it.
Yeah, because I think like Selena, when she meditates, it's like it's something that she's done so much that she's sort of like, I wouldn't say she's not fully conscious, but like she can tap out of it really quickly. So like sometimes if someone comes up and talks to her, she's pretty much switches out straight away. So if Akfa stops and then starts talking, like she would like instantly be out of it.
It's more like a quiet lean over with the book as a slight extension, try to poke your leg.
Everything all good?
I just thought you'd want to see what we're seeing.
She looks over at Christine and like, I'm assuming you said she looks kind of peaceful. Okay.
I wouldn't say like pure peaceful. It's like a more calmness. Like even though that she might be like thinking of something or like stuff's just sort of flowing through her, it's not that kind of combative-esque sort of front. It feels like it's kind of allowing it to like flow through and pass, but also keep a note of it.
All the same, it's nice to see Christine trying to go along with something like this.
I think
But,
maybe.
Did have a
This-
question for you.
Yes?
Do you feel your life is in danger?
Right now, or
I wanted
in
to ask this
general?
before Christine was able to hear.
No more than it used to be.
During the hunt, that brief moment that I nearly lost it, I felt that would have been directed towards you.
I can't say I really noticed, honestly.
It's good. And bad.
It's okay, Akfa. Rage is a
wouldn't-
weapon,
So people keep telling me.
and I'm not fragile. I may seem fragile, I may look fragile, but an entire ley line's worth of magic tore through my body, Akfa, and I didn't die, so maybe one of your punches might bloody your nose, but I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
I didn't mean to completely overhear what you were talking about last night either. It was just a worry. After all that, I ended up going to see my own sister.
Anything good come from it?
Well, they both expected it would have resulted in violence originally. Something strange is definitely happening right now, and I think I've chosen a path.
Akfa.
Hmm.
As you might not remember, last time last time you mentioned that you'd wait here because you remember that an elder or someone used to come down to this area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you're waiting for Inazat to come back, so you're keeping your eyes a little open for anyone coming in, and while you're discussing this with Selena, you do hear the sound of someone approaching the area, which catches your attention, so you turn to look, but it's not coming from the hill. It's not coming from the hill towards, where you guys went back from the camp. It's coming down where this road probably used to pass.
Pause that conversation. I'll explain to you both later. Keep an eye on her. As I will try to move quietly to get a better sight.
You move up just to have looked up this road, and from far ahead of you, it's really just a distance away. You see a figure just walking down this potentially what used to be an old road here in the direction of this like old abandoned way station. It just looks like an old Leonin man dressed in like very worn traveling clothes.
That's different. I'm gonna trust the other two there as I will step out. Sort of give a slight wave towards them, see if they react.
So given this building is mostly not a building anymore and just like a single half-standing wall and that's it, and like then like a waystone marker, Selena, when you see Arkva's attention being drawn out the certain way, you also look up the road towards it, and you see him waving towards a half-elven man walking down the road.
Elven man. At this point, I think I might put a hand on Christine's shoulder. At this point, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Huh?
I think there's something we might want to check out.
Arkva's already approaching.
Arkva is already going over there, but we need to check this out, I think.
Christine, she gets your attention. You look the direction where Arkva's going, and you see Arkva walking towards a tiefling man, walking down the road.
Okay. No,
I-
Are you following, or are you just letting him go?
They don't seem unusual to you?
Well, I mean, anything around here is very much unusual normally for me.
Yeah, but an elf.
An elf? What? And she looks back
Like me.
to have a look.
Right, you look back towards the road where Arkva's walking. Arkva, as you're approaching up the road towards the figure, they are quite a ways away. You hear, the sounds of Christine and Selena clearly talking from behind you, and you briefly look over back towards him. And as you look forward to where he is much, much closer than you expect. Where before he was just barely within a point where you could hear where waving would be a while, you can now see, as he approaches, this old Leonin man walking up, the grays mixed into the browns of his fur, the travel wornness of his clothing, the area stitch marks where he's clearly been repatched time and time again. Old walking stick that he has with him, has a patches and a nail in it where it might have broken, but he's repaired it once or twice.
Excuse me. Can you hear?
He keeps just shuffling towards you, or towards the way station.
So, at this point, Selena's picking up her pace because she's. You don't see half-elves around. She only knows the term elf because of the elf that she met in the Fae, but to her, this is this could be a very interesting
It's a shame I
lineage
don't have
thing
danger
there.
sense.
Yeah, and you both also notice this, that in the moment you're distracted from looking at the figure, when you look back to Arkva, he is he went from being probably several hundred feet away to only being a stone's throw from Arkva.
I think it's for Christina. It's that blink of still half, maybe the kind of sort of adjusting to the light, getting used to seeing what she's seeing. Being told it's one thing, but seeing it and hasn't yet had a chance to reply as another, and then just seeing it just move. She probably then slowly picks up the pace as well nearby to
I'm
Selena.
gonna reach out. Sir?
And they don't respond. As you continue approaching towards them, and they're shuffling towards you, there's a brief, like, you get almost within arm's reach, and like you blink, and they're just gone. The road is empty ahead of you.
Is that the same for us?
Yep. As Arkham gets close, suddenly the figure walking down the road is just not there.
I feel like I should roll an insight.
The
You go for it, Arkham.
I think I'd slow to just to
Oh
stop
my
and just,
fucking
like,
god.
what's happening.
I'm struggling to process what just happened.
Yeah, same.
I think in that moment where like it goes from like being far away to close, and you're moving ahead, like Selena's like something's not right here, and then when
Yeah,
like it disappears, she's just like, this isn't real.
It's physical.
It was like a slow movement to like a jog to like a rush into an immediate stop of like just confusion for Christine, and just
Yeah.
first instincts to look around for her.
Yeah, so Akfa, you take a moment, like, what the hell was that? You turn back to the others to see, like, what the hell, like, back to the way station, and past both Christy and Selena behind them, back towards where that way station, the stones stacked up, like 8-10 feet in the air in odd shapes, in ways that you assume wind would have knocked down years ago. There just stands a white and a black, what are they called again? Oh, what's the race? My brain.
Marionette?
No, the other one.
Tabaxi?
Tabaxi, yeah, a white and a black tabaxi with one arm interlinked with each other. Just standing so you can see their arms interlinked, but the way station is basically separating one on each side from your view. Like the waystone marker.
That's definitely getting me going towards that.
Yeah, and as you move forward, yeah, Christine and Selena, if you're looking around, you also briefly see these two standing there. And then they both step in opposite directions, their arms still interlinked, as they pull against each other. And then, as they release their arms, they vanish.
Two.
Though, Akfu, you notice that even though they disappear, the black tabaxi walks a few extra steps before disappearing to you.
That was always two.
I know of the twins, don't I? They're like
Yeah.
they're pretty big.
A lot of
Like,
travelers
and I'm
know of the
assuming
twin gods.
the symbolism of black and white, like yin yang sort of style is pretty well known. I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. The twins are a very well-known pair of gods. They're considered a minor pair of deities essentially, but they are very, very, very well known amongst travelers as they are the gods of travel.
Why Christine doesn't know much about him.
I know a fair bit about gods. I actually have a bunch on my Google Doc.
I think I was just gonna sort of fall back into a sitting position for a moment and just look at the waystones
Yeah.
and the
As
shape
you-
they're making.
As you all examine the waystones or take a stock of the surroundings around you, things are different. The sky seems a bit clearer, the grass a bit greener than it should be, and as you turn and take stock of it, the structures which were once dilapidated and crumbling seem now less old. They seem, as if time had worn them less. As every bit, it's like the parts you're not looking at seem to change while unobserved. And as you turn to look at them, the building gets younger and younger, standing up, eventually forming to what you all perceive as like a well-trodden road, only dirt, leading deeper into where the wastes would sit, and a nice this 10-foot tall strange waystone marker, the exact same, no matter how far back it feels like the structure has changed. This stone marker never shifts. And then a large, sprawling open air style a way station. It's like an area where people would sit and meet while traveling, or places like small areas you could rest animals or sleep, or areas to set up and trade to those passing through.
My first instinct is to look back from the direction we came and see how far back from my vision does this seem to be affecting.
From what you, it's at the moment, from where you all look around, it's as far as you can see.
I think she's like, it sees the structure. First, it seems to immediately look back, and then she's like at stare, just looking back towards where the camp would have been. Yeah, just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
head up. Sorry,
yeah, and lost. I was just gonna say she's just like there and like lost, almost.
Selena's initial thing is like absolute fascination. Like this is firsthand like experience with gods. Like we've had it. I don't even know if we ever really got sort of an idea that it was Vorleen before that helped us. But like this is to her is like this is 100% they're like twins, and she's moves up towards the to like the rebuilt like no longer dilapidated buildings to just maybe I'll like roll an arcana to see like I want to figure out if this is real or if it's some kind of magical illusion or something like just whether that's an investigation or I can roll an arcana.
It sounds more like an investigation.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just sort of. I'm not trying to get much from this. It's yes, that's an out one. She's too like this is very, very exciting for her. So she's sort of not like she's more like, oh my goodness. She's not really saying anything, but yeah.
Well, one thing like as you're trying to like look around, and be like, okay, is this real via magic, or is this an illusion, or is this something we're being shown? What's happening here? You turn to kind of like get stock of the still de-aging scenery around you, the structure getting younger and younger, the old weathered stones becoming almost like newly laid. And eventually you're walking up, like hand outstretched to almost like touch one of these areas that you know the wall was broken, when you hear the scattering of stones from the cliffside that sits just near this waystone marker when you descended around to reach here. And your attention, as well as others, are brought as the group of you see a pack of about 8 3-creen descending down that the path towards this place.
Ah.
I guess that's probably what snaps me out of looking back.
Yeah, what do you? How are you all reacting to that?
I'm going to go on the defensive and prepare. Like I don't want them to get the jump on me. Are they heading towards us?
They're moving towards the structure where you guys are at. Yeah, very clearly and intently moving in the direction you all are currently stationed. Because I'm assuming, despite everything going on, you've all stayed relatively close to the one thing that hasn't been changing this whole time, that waystone marker.
Yeah, it would have probably like slowly moved back towards after like the tearing.
I think I'd like glance between Christine and Alfred to see like what they're planning on doing. She's not a shoot first, ask questions later sort of person. She wants to see what the rest of the group are preparing to do.
Alfred's ears are twitching, but his head is kind of in his hands at the second.
I think Christine is more curious about the reality of everything, how close it sort of falls to. Like, things are changing around. It's still unsure to her, at least, if it's like physicality real or like if it's more like illusory. So I think the first thing she does is kind of like just sort of weave like icy and frigid magic over with a third level armor of Agathis and just starts walking towards them just to see if they interact.
I think in following suit with that, like she would throw on a mage armor to herself and walk with Christine.
Yeah.
That would replace that, yep.
But I'm sorry, we already have
The
mage
both of
armor
you.
on.
No, perfect. The both of you move up towards it. I think because you threw mage armor on last time, being like, in case shit happens, I'll have this on.
I think so, or it was maybe it just stayed on for whatever reason from the combat before, probably.
Oh, no, yeah, technically I still would have had a second level armor of Agathis, because that's what the 10 hit points were. I remember now. It's not been an hour.
No.
No,
It's been almost an hour with all the meditating.
But not yet.
But yeah, you move towards the
Taking
two
that
of you. Well, Arkvar is caught in his own thoughts for this moment. The two of you move towards these figures, These 8-3 Kreen. And as they walk towards you, they walk straight through you all.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As they move towards this way station, the doors which weren't standing there when you were there, like swing open, and out from inside, a pack of about 10 or so Leonin come walking out. And though none of you can understand, the Leonin start chittering and clicking at the 3 Kreen, who open the 3 Kreen raise all 4 of their arms up and chitter and click back at them as they move in, and the 2 groups embrace. Clearly sharing stories in whatever language these 2 groups share. Clearly speaking in something more similar to the 3 Kreen's natural tongue.
Wow.
That would like instantly Selena realizing, yeah, this is like a fragment of the past sort of thing. And then seeing this is like she's just listening, like in fascination and awe.
Yeah, with the doors swung open, as you look inside, you see a myriad, this large open-air structure that you now see clearly into, your attention's drawn inwards. This isn't just these 2 groups here. You see dozens and dozens of Leonin, probably 5 or 6 packs of 3 Kreen, some with wagons, some pulling like sleds, all set up in different areas, talking, like sleeping rolls out. There's even a sizable group of hobgoblins and a handful of minotaurs, all sharing this like area space together, talking and discussing. The hobgoblins are the only ones who appear to have like a large covered wagon style thing, like the metallic wheels and big wrought iron structure. But these four distinct separated races, groups that don't really have any interaction in the world, are all in this one place together, sharing tales from a mix of Leonin and some goblinoid you can catch. Clearly the 3 Kreen tongue, a mix of all these different languages cutting back and forth as these groups talk about their travels, where they've been, what's going on, how they've all been, clearly having known each other and good relations amongst these 4 separate groups.
Oh, that's incredibly overwhelming.
That's so sad because I can't understand any of it. I don't know any of those languages. I only know Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Elven, which I'm assuming I only know like weird written form.
You don't even know Sylvan?
Yep.
Oh.
Imagine like
Draconic.
Christine upon taking like all of this in, like having like the images like just sort of pass through this illusory. She just kind of like reaches out like every now and then to like things and just like swipes her hand around, see if it bumps into anything or anyone.
You move forward, and the people you seem to move through, but the walls, despite knowing this isn't real, they like you can't push through the walls themselves.
Even the cracks we knew weren't there before.
Yep.
Okay.
Why did we go to war?
A question we're probably not the ones to be asking. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
This is way out of my depth.
deep down there might be. It's because of my race. It's because of the races that came from the other side. I was listening to stories with Hugin from an old Leonin saying about how the races, the hobgoblins, the Leonins, they traded and they had close connections with each other. I
Then why
believe
don't the packs tell us this part of it? Why do they leave out details like this?
I didn't know about 3 Kreen.
The 3 Kreen, as far as I've been alive, we've always fought them.
No
Something
one-
changed, but I don't know what.
No one even wants to talk
Overpopulation
about it.
and land loss. And
Why can't any of you shadows tell me anything? Yes, I will burn a rage on that.
Yeah. As
Not
you
knowing.
cry out to the shadows in this area, there is no response back. None of them seem to even react to your rage as you strike out in the unfortunate ignorance that is lost time.
Why do the twins, fates, Why has one disappeared? Why is one longer? There are questions I don't know. And this is what Kuyan's hiding, I'm sure. She's seen so much, and yet she can't even share it.
Is she hiding it because she wants to, though? Or has to?
Maybe there's more.
No one likes talking about a messy history. It's easier to make it as clean as possible to build upon it.
I don't think I can leave these games until we have an answer. Unless I need to find the answer for me.
It's just a nod from her.
Am I on the right path?
As you're all looking around this area, asking yourselves questions, seeking answers, in a snapshot of time, it appears, that you get to view, some of you, I think basically Arkfor and Selena would notice a symbol. Near the entrance, almost covered in like a layer of dust that vanishes slowly as the time recedes backwards. It's a symbol neither of you can recognize. In fact, as you try to pay attention to it, you can't. You look at it like it's something that draws your attentions, and then you seem to slip away without thinking about it until you remember it, and you look back for it, and it's still there. But every time you try to recall it or even focus on it, you just can't. Though after a bit it flickers, and though you can't see what the symbol was initially, it changes to the symbol that represents the twin gods. Double check my notes to see what that symbol is, so I don't say this incorrectly. I don't know if there is a symbol for them, actually.
I'll never notice
I
these
think
things.
there is. I'll look it up. You continue.
So there's two cats sitting side by side, one with a black cat with a white dot, that is being chased by a white cat with a black dot. They both almost like chasing each other. That's the symbol that appears every so often. When you try to focus on it, where the symbol is, it flickers, and that's what you see instead of whatever's there.
Christine's probably just still too busy trying to take in all the differences. Like, upon sort of Arkfor and like more self-reflection, he doesn't really approach in that aspect, kind of lets him just sort of moves through it. There's like a similarity as what he does with what space he gives me usually. And yeah, I imagine that's just what makes her not see that they're looking at something initially. She's just kind of like too busy like trying to piece together what it is, because for our first time this is something like very different to normal, at least in our memory.
Like, sort of trying to focus on the thing, and then like seeing the new sort of symbol show up. Something that's sort of like, I think it's sometimes easier to think of the things, the reasons, the excuses, the who did what, why it happened. Something very bad happened to the world, and I don't know, it changed everything, and I feel like I think everyone's still recovering from it in some way, shape or form. There was great destruction. Maybe this is what caused everything to go wrong. It's like a catalyst. A while back I saw what the wastes used to be. And that they weren't the wastes, they were forest, I believe. Something destroyed it. Right during the cataclysm.
Wait, how far back?
Long time ago. Just from like character memory, it's like I don't think I was ever given a time, but like was there ever a time when the like
There's no history record of it like
before?
Yeah.
We know something bad happened in that town.
All history knows that this is the waste. That's like when history is started. Was like all textbooks say it's been the wastes.
I just remember the Celestial showed me.
Yeah, but you weren't. Yeah, but
yeah. I don't think he told me when. He was
no,
just
any formal like history it's been known as the waste, so you'll have no idea of when that was.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the cataclysm in general. Like, I don't think that was ever like. Was it sort of?
Oh, the cataclysm has been noted to be at the start. Like the end of the cataclysm is the start of the second era, so it's at least 900 years old.
Well, I don't know exactly when that specific thing happened, but at my best guess, it was around the time of the cataclysm, 900 years ago, roughly, give or take. But a while back, before I went to the tower, for my training, the Celestial contacted me, and he showed me just a few visions of things before, and that was one of them, and it makes me think that much land loss, such a great thing to happen. It's just such terrible devastation. I can only imagine what else happened in the world around that time.
I was just curious, mentioning that, seeing this and mentioning some similarities, it brings up a small memory of a weird dream. Way back. Duskview. Not like the normal ones that plagued me at the time, but similarity in the sense it's something I didn't really know what was happening. Or better yet, when. Potentially.
I don't know if we're gonna find all the answers that we seek. Not for any of us. Not for you, Akfa, but we can certainly try. It's the best that we can do. I'm sorry, this is frustrating. It's infuriating.
As you're all taking in this time around you,
Okay.
the location you're in and whatnot, knowing that, you know, where you are is clear, something that's not going to last a long time, you hear the doors behind you open again. You're moved in, though no one appears to open them. A few people turn to face the doors, and they make a hand sign, which would be like just like a small religious sign in the air. All of them that notice make the same signal. And as you all turn to see it, you see a figure standing by the waystone, a large, to Akva, Leonin man, to Selena, half-elven man, to Christine, tiefling man. Standing there, looking very probably he sits at least a head and shoulders taller than would be common for one of that race. As he stands tall, these very, very well-made, worn but clearly well-maintained traveling clothes in hand, a walking stick, always just like casually resting in the crook of his elbow as he looks into the structure, and then he flickers for a moment, and where he's standing you all see, just for like a split second, a black and a white tabaxi with arms linked standing where he is, and he flickers back to where he is. Your eyes, he makes direct eye contact with each of you one in turn, smiles slightly, and then everything flickers around you and fades. And standing where he is a black and a white tabaxi, arms interlinked, looking very tired, before they both blink out as well.
Arkva's going to move, sort of a little slower than usual. Sort of gather the other two in front of him. And he's going to try and hide their eyes by hiding the both of them into his chest. I think we should head back. Not forget. Not tell.
As you say, we should head back. You open your eyes and you're sitting in this little circle, the three of you, sitting in a little triangle in the middle of this ruin.
If that's the case, then yeah, Arkva is really trying to hold back right now.
So, in the room that's no longer. Is it a ruin again?
Yep, back the way you were, just as if you've been doing your meditation.
As if we never moved, yeah.
If there's anything you would like to check before I ended everything, I can always fill in questions if people were looking for certain things.
I think I just wanted to study the facial detail, particularly of when I saw them as the tiefling. If there was anything structured, or if it was just what I assumed would be a person's look. The idea of trying to shift it.
Similar to when the symbol was shifting. You recognize proportions in how they'd look, and then you'd blink, and then you'd forget. Their form seemed to be set in stone to each of your races, but malleable enough that you couldn't draw them, sort of deal.
The cane. Anything fancy about it?
Just seemed to be a very nice sort of gnarled wood, large tapered upwards to a nice grabbable top sort of branch. Obviously carved a little with whittling knives and marks there, but to anyone who looked at it, that'd just be a walking cane someone made.
Okay.
Is it possible, Arkva, obviously not the symbol that we couldn't recall exactly, but the shape they made with their hands, I suppose, salute?
Yeah, the little hand sign they'd make. To some, it's like a little prayer sign. In different cultures, different religions have a small sign they'd make sometimes for warding off evil or for bringing in good luck and stuff like that. While you don't recognize the sign directly, Selena and Arkva, who both know a decent bit about the twin gods, it is very similar to a sign you would make that's a blessing of good travel.
Yeah, it's like two hands sort of tipped, making a triangle without a bottom. And when the three crane did it, they did it with all four hands, doing two of them.
Just gonna scribble down how I recognize that sort of the whatever details I can recall in over some page in the prayer book.
Yeah, you just fill it in some blank page, or just write in the margins where you can.
Just find a page that's not covered in blood. Or is that gone?
Minor correction on that. It would be what I said, but it would either be top up or top down depending on the person. The three crane did one of each.
Okay. You have to know the exact context. If you do it wrong in a conversation, then oh boy.
Oh man, it's just awkward then.
Yeah, it's either a polite greeting or you just made fun of their mother,
Yeah, grievous
Yeah.
insult.
Other than that, not a word is really spoken from Arkva at this point, so congrats, you shut the cat up.
I didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, I think once we wake up and we're back in the ruins, this is nothing like any meditation that Selena's ever had. She's had the out of body experience sort of thing. She's had the dream speak sort of stuff, but never something that felt this real, like that it's actually tricked her. Not at least for a long time. So like she's kind of like stunned. Looking between everyone to try and like get a vibe on whether or not they've had the same experience, if they remember the same things, probably realizing from the same faces that you guys are like, you know, like you remember like weird shit just happened. And yeah, she probably doesn't say much either for the time being.
Unsurprisingly, I imagine Christine's the most emotive of like what's happened. Like coming back like to this is probably her first time anything even remotely similar to this. Like that is kind of like induced. So like realizing where she's sitting again, like where she was, it's kind of like that quick like sort of jump, like fall back, like kind of stand up, look around, touch. Like just sort of starts like just touching the walls, make sure it's not the same feeling. As like quickly looking back to the others, it's like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not how it usually goes.
Well, I don't think I can. Well, depends on the context. I could agree yet disagree. It felt like someone was showing something, and I know what that feels like.
It was definitely intervention. I've similar situation with the Celestial, but it always uses the same place. Always, no, it just doesn't feel real. It's kind of like a picture.
Well, you
This
got lucky that part then.
This didn't feel like that. It tricked me. I thought it was real. I guess maybe we should head back. Unless people
Just
want
looks
to.
around. Zaz still isn't here. How?
Like,
She then starts stepping outside just to double check the time.
yeah, I think like at that point, Selena sort of like jumps to like, oh shit.
Yeah, as you gazed up, you guys waited how long before you started meditating? Like 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Yeah. So it's probably only been an hour. If you assumed that he was going back to his place, he'd probably still be on his way there.
Yep. It was just more the idea of like not knowing exactly how long we might have been out, just stepping out, seeing roughly that it hasn't particularly moved that much.
It's been like a minor shift of like the sun, maybe 5 to 15 minutes of like you being in the vision.
Yep. She's relief on that for sure. Just kind of like
I think like
breathing.
I'll turn to Arkfur and I don't know, like, because she doesn't really know what to say to him at this point. She doesn't know whether or not she should say anything to him, but like she's sort of. I want to get a read on how he's doing as best I can. That's not a very good roll. How's Arkfur doing, Sam?
Not great.
At 13.
He
like,
is.
you look angry.
I don't even think it's anger at this point. It's the emotion itself is probably hard to pick up.
Yeah.
But it's enough to just take away all focus. After like it's a mixture of he's focused in he's taking down details he can, but it's unfocused in the sense that he seems very. You know what? He's just gone on a whole last trip around, like halfway around the world.
Yeah.
It's burnt out.
I think like after
she's...
the briefest moment, just a tap on your shoulder.
Yeah, because Selena would move back at that, like in that sort of look to Christine as like a this is all you, my friend.
He will go to get up as you touch.
Yeah, just a soft tap, like maybe not even a tap, like just like a hand, like rested just on top of your shoulder, just kind of like, you know, a presence-esque thing.
It seems to pull him back a bit, but he's, even with you, actively trying to avoid eye contact right now.
She doesn't. If there's ever a worry of like how she might react, she doesn't react negatively to that.
Hmm.
She just goes like, she probably looks like a little bit softer than normal, but tries not to show too much else. You doing alright?
Yeah, that's enough. You, much like described, trying to hide, does pull you in and just sort of rest their head against yours. Not a word. Not really probably able to see much, but something definitely drips along your face. Or, sort of onto your head.
Yeah.
Selena moves back even more to give them space.
It's just silence otherwise.
I imagine, yeah. It just kind of goes from just hand and shoulder to like a soft embrace.
Probably will try to stay like that for a few minutes before just sort of signaling a little like, yeah, we should probably go.
Probably gives it like another half a minute, just like doesn't say anything else. And then slowly just lets go.
As the three of you start trudging your way back, as you make it a good 100 meters away, I'll say Akva turns one last time to look back, gives a sigh, has a swell of whatever emotion he's feeling at the moment, and then the three of you continue to walk as the camera fades into a break.
This is where we play the ads.
If I had ads to play, yeah, I would. Bye,
Yeah.
break then.
Yep, be right back.
That final part with the guy looking at you, I pitched that, and it was sort of the vibe of what there's been a meme on Twitter lately, of like artists drawing like time travelers going back to Christianity times where Jesus is talking in like Hebrew and stuff, and then just straight up looks at them and goes, "Go home." That's just been like an art meme
That's
that's
pretty
going
cool.
around. So I just noticed that some people draw it like super menacing, other people are like super nice with it. I like the weirdness that it is.
So you should go home right now.
It's such a good prompt. Like, it's a really good drawing prompt.
I want to see it.
I will try and see if I've lacked any.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Finding likes on Twitter is the fucking most annoying thing.
My
You
favorite
wanna
part
try
about
to
Twitter is
check
the
the
fact that I've
fan?
never used Twitter.
Me when I travel back in time to hear Jesus' sermon on the Mount, and he turns and looks at me directly. Turns and looks directly at me, saying in perfect English, "Go home."
I want to go
Hey,
back in
yeah.
time and punch the people trying to use AI to make Ghibli images. Like, fuck off.
Sent a pic of during that to Kay that was like, don't buy generative AI art, buy art from real degenerates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easier.
That's funny.
I only want degenerative. Make it worse.
Generate art's too easy.
Yeah, like
Reminds
this.
me of that.
I'll put it in chat. Continue. I'm just saying.
Go.
Reminds me of that fucking meme I sent Tez about the degenerate. Yeah. Making fanfic. I don't want my
The
fanfiction
deranged.
written by AI. I want it written the way God intended by a deranged freak at 3 a.m. with no respect for grammar or the human anatomy.
100%.
As
I'm
it
the
should be.
3 a.m. reader. I'll stand to that. I was, not anymore.
That's been my week.
Oh, that second one's fantastic.
Yeah, that's how it's like. It's either weird as shit or like really nice. I think this one's my favorite one. This last one that I'll post, just of how it's drawn.
That's just Victor.
It is just Arcane Victor.
It is. Oh,
Yeah.
I just like
Lovely.
what they do with his eyes.
It's this one's. I like the art style, but it's something about that second one with the eyes. They're like soulless, dead eyes.
Yeah.
Go home now. It's like
He just sees you as a time traveler. Like, you should go home now.
Uh-huh.
that is just Arcane Victor, though. You're right. Oh man.
I mean, the Jesus symbology for Victor was not subtle in the
No.
in the show as well.
You sent
Very
me a
fast.
meme one time, Kay. I'm pretty sure it was during the Arcane, like,
I've seen a lot.
meal. And what was it? It was like behind every it was like lesbians after breakup, gays after breakup. It's just like lesbians, like
Lesbians after breakup become like
Extreme.
extremely emo, like like
gays after breakup.
like afraid of life, and then every
And there's
like
the other half.
yeah,
The other half is dictator and caveman.
yeah. Booga booga.
I'll never not like that. That's fantastic. Dictator.
You do just go find Jesus after breakup.
Get the
That
fuck
easy.
out of here! I said, get the fuck out!
Fuck out of here!
Oh my god.
I'm playing
The fucking
Minecraft.
eyes. Why are his eyes always so creepy looking?
Yeah, they are. There's
He's
something
really
about that
uncanny
second
actor.
one though.
No joke. The best thing about Christianity is all the people who are atheist and draw Christianity art because they make
Yeah.
They make Jesus look fucking sick.
They make them look cool as fuck and hot, honestly.
Yeah, that's
I
that
like
bad one.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, look at that man. You're gonna have that like. That's a bit past the 3-day shadow, 3 o'clock shadow, whatever the fuck it's called. 3-day growth.
5 o'clock.
But like,
5 o'clock. Yeah.
okay. 3 o'clock is, it's just a little bit less. Just a little bit less. It's fine. Nah. I like it. I like the bristles. It's good.
Oh my god.
I'm into beards. And long hair. Sorry, Darian. You used to
Yeah,
have really nice long hair. I
I
still
used
love
to.
you.
Single tear runs down my cheek.
There's something about the first one where he kind of just looks like Gale.
He does look like
He's looked like Jesus
Oh,
is
he
either
does.
depicted as Gale or Arcane Victor. There's no in between.
No, there isn't. Do you think Jesus is their son?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, we're just exactly.
Yeah,
That's
the
what we're
man
talking about.
himself.
Oh my fucking god.
The
Use
man,
Lord
the
name his
myth,
name.
the legend.
So,
The League of
I was
Legends.
because it didn't happen.
Jesus
I
has joined
just
League of
seen that.
Legends.
Y'all want to meet a Jesus?
I want me Jesus.
No. I'm good, thanks.
There was because we didn't get to do it when I asked Jeremy quickly in the background whether Zaz would still be coming here or not, just for like kind of out of play thing to be like, okay, no, you stay at camp and do other stuff instead, because you didn't get back to me in time for me to do this, but I was gonna have it where you step outside to see how much time has passed. If Jeremy had gotten back to me like maybe 5 seconds in, I was gonna have Zaz turn the corner in that exact moment and be like, what did I miss?
I'm back.
That's what I was kind of hoping.
Like, because that would just be the icing on the fuck you cake to Zaz for making him walk the whole way there and back, and then you guys are like, oh, we're done. And he goes, well, fuck you all.
No, I'll
But
sit down again.
Yeah, guys.
for the comedy.
Out for Journey.
I don't think little Leonard's heart can take it anymore. I think he's had enough.
That's fine. I'll sit down with him.
I will be.
I'll be his trip buddy.
And if everyone's back when I'm back, we'll keep going.
I'll be his
We
trip
didn't-
buddy.
We didn't break the timeline, but now I have more questions. than
Better
ever for
keep
yours.
going. If I'm not dead by the end of this session, I know where you live.
It's like lost. It's
Come
like
over.
Lost, Sam. We just keep on getting more questions.
I'm glad you do. I want to play games.
Every now and then they throw in a little answer just to
I'm
keep
so-
you interested.
Sorry for
And then
prompting
throw
the
50
DMs
more.
into something.
Nah, you're all good, man. I'm not mad. I'll never be mad. I'm just chilling.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm furious or happy.
You're not mad. You're just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Oh,
Single tear.
I got
Second
that
tear.
first. It was me. It was me. It was me. Oh, mine.
But congrats, you got the cat to show emotion other than rage.
It's good to let it all out sometimes.
No.
No,
So,
GM.
Zazzle let something out, but it won't be emotion.
Oh,
With
fuck.
frog demon.
well, I mean, I'm sure Zazzle had emotion at the time.
I
Hey,
would
we have a-
classify pain as an emotion.
Darian, we have a frog demon in another game that we're playing.
Yeah,
I don't
Frog is a
think
great
that
little
it's
boy.
going to be I don't think this one's going to be as fun as Frog though.
The real question is, does the cordyceps mushrooms migrate to its new host that's growing inside of him? So out pops a little frog guy that also wears the mushroom hat, and he continues the the line.
The powers are passed down to him.
Yo, he's a level 7 druid. He could wild shape into a different frog.
And here I
Crazy.
was
I mean,
hoping you could.
If
be
you really,
more
really
cool.
want to be dead, we can just kill Zaz off. Like
Do it,
ring
you
the other
won't,
guy.
coward.
I'm getting some mixed messages here.
Same.
I
I
have
really
never
don't.
once said I wanted him alive. What do you mean mixed messages?
I'm getting mixed messages, man. I just got here. I have $50 on your living. Can you just, take one for the team? I'll split the profits with you. Inside trading? Inside trading?
It's too funny.
It's legal now in America.
I'm back.
Oh my god.
I legitimately don't know. Legitimately, like on the fence, like just do we just kill Zaz so Jeremy gets to play his other idea character he had? That
Yes!
is, like, You're so excited. You're so excited
I'm
for
not
that.
being
Totally.
subtle about it. I have never
know.
ever once said, I don't know. I'm all for it. I opted for the off scene death scene.
Oh,
That was funny.
I have to ask. Actually, I'll save it till after session because AJ's back.
Oh, you
Okay.
can ask. I have to block a bot.
Oh,
Nice.
I
Not
can't
promoted.
spam the OK
VIP.
button for meeting
did promote
Jesus
you.
fast enough.
Yes, I'd like take me to him, honestly, and I hope he sends me down.
Oh, speaking of Jesus, I seen something ages ago, and it was a Dark
Alright.
Souls meme, and it was, I don't know if it was like
You're
a fanfic or just a comment or something, but
I'm
he
interested.
was like, can you imagine one of the last bosses being Jesus up on a cross, and he gets down from the cross, picks the
Using
cross
it
up
as a
out of the
weapon.
ground as a weapon, and uses it as
Yeah.
like a massive fucking great club.
he would make.
I also like the
well,
idea that he has
so
a range
cool.
attack where he throws nails at you.
No, it wasn't a Dark Souls thing, it was a God of War thing to go through the Christian
God of War
Christian
makes sense,
pantheon.
yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
He
Alright.
would make this more proud, I'm sure.
The Christian
still
pantheon is
think-
2 guys.
I still think he should have a ranged attack where he throws out a fan of nails.
I will say, have you seen the religious fighting game, Jeremy?
I think I might have
Maybe a
actually.
while
Maybe.
ago.
It's
I don't
like
need to
you-
explain how bad my memory is.
You can play like I think Zoroaster, a few like different philosophers. Jesus is a playable character, Santa Claus, but Jesus' entrance into the thing is him on the cross, and then he smashes the arms of the cross and jumps down. They're still nailed to his hands, but he has like essentially giant wooden
Tonfas.
gauntlets he
Oh,
punches you with.
like Tonfaz.
Except
Oh,
like they're still
hell
nailed
yeah.
to his hands.
That's
He just fucking
really cool.
punches with them.
That's
He's a
fucking
fucking
metal.
Jesus is a fucking brawler, heavy brawler style
I'm
player.
still a heavy proprietor.
Nicholas
of-
Jesus with the steel chair!
I'm still a heavy proprietor of Jesus being in Smite. Like, what is the harm?
Yes.
Just
Yeah,
make him a
yeah.
healer.
Nah, he'd be a tank with all the punishment he cops, right? I don't know nothing about
the
Smite.
aggression. I mean, he was a carpenter, right?
Christianity.
so.
What?
That's everyone's here. We know Mims.
So it wouldn't be
away
with a
for
steel
bit.
chair, it'd be a wooden chair.
There we go. There's a picture of
Yeah,
it's from a
that's-
game called Fight of Gods.
That's
That's
really
Jesus.
Oh, wait, that's probably why I've seen it. Okay.
Jesus.
Help
Yeah.
I feel.
I like his
Weird.
belt and nails. Belt and
I
claws.
know.
Jesus
It's
of
fucking
fucking
based.
Nazareth.
Rebecca's remind me where I might have seen this.
All right.
I mean, I've seen it in, I think it was a fucking Game Grumps video, maybe, I don't remember.
Apparently, a
That's
catty
in the
video.
before time.
Before times.
Okie
Oh no, I know the video. I know the video now.
Yeah. As we jump back, an hour or so passes. As the three of you start walking, and you also approach this large tree that's sort of in the middle of the path, giving yourselves a moment of respite and shade. And yeah, as you're all sitting there and waiting, you all see Inazaz walk up, seemingly like with all his backpacks and stuff this time.
To be honest, I didn't think he'd come back.
This isn't where we were meeting.
No. Can go back if you want. Like to the we can turn around.
Did
There
you just find what you needed?
where
Looks to the cat.
well, we're not sure what happened at all actually. Fragment, I guess, is the best way to describe it. An illusion presented towards all of us, like almost in a dream state, but all connected.
Oh,
I believe we were shown
okay.
something by some form of godly intervention.
I don't know how really to describe it other than uncanny. I had Leonin and Free Green in packs, not fighting, talking, conversating. It acted itself as its own proper way station, maybe like a connector point between the two cultures.
So it seems that you may have found something that you were looking for.
I assume though I can't really describe what exactly we found. But just turns to Akvor. I assume we found something at least.
Questions.
Okay. All right.
Sorry we didn't wait for you in SS. Honestly, I didn't expect for something that intense to happen, really. I thought some kind of self-reflection at the least.
It's all right. It's okay.
As you start saying that, you start to choke, and that pain comes back. Make another con save into the tower, Inazaz.
I think it's like that brief moment before Christine's like, I was like, man, I can just turn, I don't mind trying to, it's not like the games really matter too much to, and then yeah, that happens.
Like, the choking, like, yeah, like, Selena would be like, Inazaz, are you okay? And she'd sort of like rush forward.
As you start choking and heaving and your breath comes hard, you try and take deep breaths, and as you do, as you go for the deepest breath, as you exhale, you throw up a little, and then you're fine.
Hey, are you like almost like trying to not like show the like massive concern, like there's like that kind of little bit worried. It's like you fine?
Oh. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. He will pull out his water skin and have a drink. Yeah, just something that it's alright. I think it's
That didn't seem
clean air.
alright.
Alright, we've got a bit of a track back, and he readjusts the backpack and what he's carrying.
As
We
much
should
as I
probably-
hate to admit it, you might want to see Hugo afterwards. If it's poison, he might be able to help.
Selena stays very close, but like just kind of watching for the time being. Like, I don't really have I have healing spells, but like her medicine skill itself isn't the most fantastic, so she can't really figure out what like even this could be. But yeah, she stays very close just in case he has like another attack.
I think it's Christine actually knowing Zaz and the stuff that he's done and has done in the past. She's not like concern at this moment. It's like, oh, he probably just did something that's like maybe biting him today. Like he should be fine. I know he's tough. Like he's a tough person.
Yeah, I got
So
no
it's just
fucking
kind of
clue.
like shrug.
It's just like, oh my
I
god.
think it's a bone that went down the wrong way, and it's not sitting right in me, but it won't come up. It's just, I'll be okay. We should head back.
Somehow that's not surprising to me.
Oh, just don't go giving up on us.
Yeah. The group of four roll back into the town after about after the gathering after about half an hour.
What did you go grab, by the way?
Are you asking my character or asking me?
You, character.
Okay. I went to go get my druidic supplies for meditation. You know, it's not like I brought my spell components or casting focus with me for a walk.
You don't?
I didn't think I was going for a walk when I went to bed last night, so I packed everything away so it's easy to grab in case something happens. And yeah, it slipped my mind.
No, it's just was curious because I mean, meditation's never been something I've known, so I was curious to what druidic materials are used for that sort of stuff on your end. But fun.
It's more or less mushrooms that trip you the fuck out, but
Okay, probably best I didn't touch that.
when he thinks no one's looking at him, he sort of rubs his chest. You know when you get like one of those deep tissue pains, you sort of just rub it. Yeah, he just does that. Keeps walking.
Perception
Yeah.
with deception. Disadvantage.
The disadvantage
Deception
is the
with my
little amount of
deception.
fucks he gives.
No, it's more how. Oh.
Stealth.
But
Why do I have disadvantage?
That's a good question.
Just because I'm dying.
Your armor.
So what
Yeah.
do you roll then?
The first was 11.
Oh.
oh yeah, well, he's just sore. Let him go. Let the man go.
I wonder if I can sleight of hand pat you on the back, like you know how you get rid of like a.
What, as if I don't feel it?
No, more
Pat on the
like
back.
you know when something's like stuck and or someone's like, you know you try to pat their back sort of hardish.
Roll to hit that.
That's
I
more
was
like
just-
that'd be more hiding it from other people.
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not trying to show concern. He's just patting him on the back.
Despite I don't think the other two are doing active perception checks, so you do,
No.
you do so. Pat him on the back, as you all enter the town. Yeah. As we said before, there seems to be a myriad of events dependent on whatever skills you want. There are other things as well. There is like a dance going on in the middle on the stage that's been built. There's other competitions. There's the tents that I mentioned before that's sectioned off in an area. And there's also like stalls to buy food or knickknacks and trinkets, and what appeals to Akfa, there is a tattooing parlor. Like a traditional Leonin tattoo parlor.
Oh my god.
Or stick and poke.
Of course, now
Called
you
what?
bring this up right after that.
Well, I mean, it's always there. You're
yeah.
the one who went.
You know what? I will go check that out. Once I sort of before I walk off, I'll at least look back and be like, maybe stay with someone's ass.
I'll
be
stay
sitting
with him.
around.
I'm gonna go check all that out.
What's Christine doing?
I don't know. I don't really think she is kind of one to do big event things like this. I think even in a sense of like school events and such when she was in the academy, she's probably more on like the kind of stay back side, do what she wanted to do. So I think her first instinct is just to kind of wander, maybe just see where the other two are around.
Initially, I was going to like participate in a bit of that sort of stuff, but I feel like Selena would be more inclined to stick with Inazaz to make sure he's okay. In the sense that, like, yeah, it looks like everything's really fun and I'd like to participate and stuff, but also this person who I'd like to be my friend is now kind of clearly having some health issues. So she is going to stay around. I will note that I have Revivify. I do not have a diamond, so if you die, not if I can save you, but she'll try and heal you and spare the dying.
I have this ability. I don't have the resources.
And then I'm like,
Spare
I
the
don't
dying
want
only works on the not dead.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like the metagaming side's like, yeah, I'm not going to ask to take that off Christine because I know you've got the diamond, but I don't think that she thinks that Zaz is dying. I think that she thinks he might be poisoned and she wants to be able to be there to call for help or heal him or whatever.
Yeah, no, my dad's. Kiss.
Upward.
They're for someone special.
So, yeah. Who wants to go first? It's probably around like 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Very much into the afternoon now.
Where's Hugin?
Well,
If Hugin is doing things, you see him on the stage, or nearby the stage. He's sitting with a bunch of Leonin, the gift friend from before that he's made, and the Rhino Man. And they are sitting at the table where there are like 3 large barrels of ale and jugs in front of them. He seems to be participating in a drinking contest.
Oh god.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think her first thought is to, like, after what she mentioned, she'd probably just look for Hugo just so, like, maybe he could be aware just in case it's necessary. Like, imagine it's something that's been noted as, like, oh, you know, like, he can, like, do removal of poisons and whatnot. But it's just to save on the stage, just kind of curiously looks, just wanders on and just, yeah, I guess moves up just to see.
There are some empty chairs. You did note contest. This would be one of them if you wanted to participate.
Yes. Part of her doesn't really want to participate, 'cause that's just like her in herself. But another part of her just wants to kind of partly show off, whether or not that's something more innate or just in that aspect. But I think she's probably pushing more towards showing off.
Yeah. As you
We'll go with it.
swaddle up, you
It's a
sit.
small girl.
You sit next to the Rhino Man. So the order is like Leonin, Hugin, Hippo Man, Rhino Man, Christine. There's just enough like bigness between the two like big guys that you can't see each other. You know Hugin's there, but Hugin does not know that you're there.
Yeah. That's fine.
As the first lot of ale is put there, we'll have the two of you roll con saves into the tower.
I need to not gain the benefit of his passive, unless I do. The aura save is still there.
You are not within 10 feet of me, I believe.
I assume not.
We'll turn it off.
He doesn't want you to win.
I know, if she was like 5 feet and I knew, you should probably be getting it.
I'd also have a plus 11 if he did that. I feel like that's a bit mean.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, my base is a plus 7. It's a 4 plus 3.
Mine's a plus 4.
In the tower, yeah.
Yep.
Damn. Good thing your com's high.
Ah,
It's alright, I
Telling
can
you.
always spend 5 points to avoid getting poisoned.
Yeah. As the first beer is drunk, the first Leonin is fine. The second one takes a drink and then throws up immediately.
Jesus.
The third Leonin is fine. Hugin is fine. Rhino Man is fine. Hippo Man is fine. And Christine is also fine.
wow. I think being last, that actually hurts.
Yeah,
God.
I can say that, AJ. Come on.
No, Alpha adds fine as.
Yeah. As the next beer is, I think there's a whole bunch of people cheering. As the Rhino and the Hippo Man's like, you need to make these bigger.
Hmm.
Why are you giving us shit?
As
Giving him sippy cups essentially for a big Hippo Man.
As the next lot of beer is placed in front of you, another con save into the tower.
Sure.
Let's go.
Just looking through what I got, because I got some really dumb shit.
The first Leonin drinks his drink, and then goes like, "Ah, that's good." Then runs off the stage. The third Leonin, fine. Hugin, fine. The Hippo Man is just like, I can do like 3 of these at a time. The Rhino Man seems to struggle a little, but is still fine. And so is Christine.
Imagine she's quick in the aspect, but not rough with it. It's a bit kind of delicate. Just waiting for her infernal sort of heritage to kind of help her there, because she does have advantage against poison. Innately.
I've got a question. Does divine health give me immunity to hangovers?
Probably the effects, but not the throwing up.
Oh, okay.
It gives you, it's immune to disease, not to... Being hungover is not a disease, it's just a condition you'll have in the morning.
I refuse.
But alcohol's a poison!
I will choose to not get hangover. I'm him.
Alright, next
I
layer.
refuse, sorry. My hand's in the air. No, I refuse. I refuse the hangovers. No, all good.
The final Leonin is the one to give up. As Hugin is fine, the Hippo is fine, the Rhino is fine, and Christine is fine. The last 3 contenders do seem to be making a mockery of the sport. And while the other 2 are boisterous, Christine is just sitting there, just drinking her cup and placing it down, staring straight ahead.
It's kind of half looking on, half kind of just tapping the table. like in weight almost. But she just doesn't say anything. She just drinks it all in.
As it is just the four of you now. Hippo, Rhino, Tiefling, Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Good lord. I do still have a favor as well. Favored.
As the fourth drink comes in, Hugin joins the others in hearty merriment between the Rhino and the Hippo, but the fourth drink seems to be Christine's limit in this competition. She's not going...
Can I, if it seems like it's sort of taking its toll, with more of like the sort of legacy that I have, could I just favor by the gods as like an away in the sense of having that almost heritage to kind of push through with that's poison advantage, in a sense? That's favored by the gods, basically.
You're not
First
sure.
is that.
As you begin to like gag a little, you swallow and breathe deep for a second, and you still seem to be in the running as the fifth drink is poured. No one is eliminated this round.
Even herself, I think, is like surprised that she's managed to go this far. Come on.
As the both of you drinking, as Hugin and his new gift friend just start singing a drinking song that they both don't know the lyrics to, but have the same tune. Christine is just sitting there, just drinking, regaining her composure as the Rhino just full on leans back and then just slams onto the ground asleep.
Oh. Oh no. No. Oh dear.
As no matter what happens, you've scored at least 1 point to this competition.
We guarantee a point.
Whether you get 3 or 4 is up to this next roll.
Sure.
So we both gotta outdrink the hippo. Got it.
Yeah, we'll just go for it. Fuck it. Got nothing to really throw at it.
As the sixth drink comes in, Anna drinks, both Hugin and the hippo start just like wobbling, like their songs start hiccuping and gagging a little bit as they look at one another. Hugin, can I have another roll?
Can I do something as well to this roll?
What are you doing?
This, I would count this as a friendly competition, right? Like,
Yeah?
Fuck off.
Did I fortune of the many?
On yourself? Yeah?
Yeah,
There's many friends nearby.
I'm saving some face here. I gotta finish
I
this,
will-
at least for him.
I will say, you get a +2 because you get a +1 because of the hippo. As we said before, you didn't know that Christine was there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you wobble, you slam the hippo on the back, like, yeah, you could do it, and the hippo just leans forward, throws up, slams onto the table, breaking it where he does. As you now see, the only last competitor between the two of you is Hugin and Christine. No matter what, 5 points have been earned.
She kind of like, as like the hippo goes out, just sort of looks to you. She's like a little bit like sway, but like keeping her composure as best she can. And just kind of looks with just a small little, like, maybe like half on play flirtatious wave.
This is
Obviously, she's
wonderful.
just... Grin.
Come, I only won 3 points for the athletics competition. I wrestled this guy out of the ring. I can take you down in a drink.
Oh,
I was gonna let you both roll this
Oh.
last one into the open, so if you want to re-roll that one, Hugin, into the open.
yeah, throw it in there. You
Okay.
sly little bugger. She... The challenge hits
Oh,
her pride there.
Hugin's got 9.
The challenge is hitting her pride.
What's happening?
But
with that
Christine
roll?
has
Oh my-
22. As Hugin says that, as you lift his ale, like going for the swig, before the drink even like touches his lips, he just leans back and then falls behind like the rhino. As Christine, calm and collected as ever, takes the drink, drinks it, and flips the cup over.
Yep. And I imagine she just gets up, just moves over to Hugo. It's like, can you say that again, please?
I cast Lay on Hand. I'll pat myself with Lay on Hands. And remove a condition.
The condition drunk.
Roll,
Well played.
roll an
I wanna-
Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yeah, let's see if let's see if you're inebriated enough to not be able to do this to yourself right now.
Christine is like also heavily like swaying, but still kind
Okay.
of off her mind.
Yeah, you place your hand on your body and you cast your lay on hands, and you feel not like you feel immediately better from the alcohol poisoning, but your for sure belly is full of too much drink and it's uncomfortable.
Well, congratulations. I won the wrestling contest and got ourselves 3 points. Knocked this hippo out the ring. He's a good one. He's a good one. Hey, buddy. And I slap him on the cheek. And I give him 5 points.
Oh, stomach full.
Yeah.
I will go for some food. He like rolls up.
Eating contest.
No.
No.
That's probably for the best, man. I think we had to have eaten before drinking, if I'm honest.
The gift gets up and starts wandering over to like a food tent.
Chug.
Where did you guys go? I missed
Uh,
you. I learned so much.
That's great. So we were kind of out looking at something. It's probably better if I wait until later to tell. Just be around in case someone needs poisons removed. Okay?
Okay. Alright.
Okay, good job. Good job. And she just like sort of taps like your shoulder. It's like, good. Yeah. I'm gonna, I don't know, something. Just wanders around.
Yeah. But where is Inasaz leading Christine? Selena, I mean.
To put his stuff back in his tent. You know, Bro's just walked for hour and a half there, hour and a half back, hour back,
Good exercise.
hour back. It's like 5.5 hours of walking,
That's all.
basically. So just somebody sit down quietly for a moment.
Yeah, you lead them back to your little encampment. You go into your tent, you put your bag back down, and yeah. Unless
So I just like when you get to the tent, she's like, "Is it okay if I? Would you prefer it if I left you alone?"
I don't mind. This place is full of plenty of stuff to do. You're
Okay,
more
good.
than welcome to stay, or if you'd rather go do something else. I'm unfazed either way, really.
She just lets herself in once you're like, "It's okay." She's like, "Oh, good." That's it.
You said yes? Alright, I'm here now.
And he'll just
She sort of like just looks at like, because I'm assuming you've got all of your like things set up, like something like the potion making stuff at all, or is there anything sort of out, or is it fairly bare bones?
So we've traveled for a little bit, but his bag has never really been full.
Hmm.
Like, you know when you see a stuffed backpack, it's like bulging in all the right places, for lack of a better way of describing it.
Yeah.
His backpack is usually quite flat at the top, and
Okay.
the only thing set up in, like, I assume we're in small little like teepee tents. Is how I imagine it. If we're in like
Yeah.
tents.
That's a picture I get in my head.
So in this tent, it's got like not so much a bedroll, but like an animal skin that is just laid down, because he sort of like lays down as like a lizard would to sleep. And just to the corner is his little potion setup. It's cold, hasn't really touched it, and there is nothing else. And if you notice his bag, it's pretty much crumpled in on itself because there's nothing left in it. And he sort of just sits down in a corner, in air quotes, in a round tent, and just sits quietly.
She's sort of like looking at the potion thing, like, this could come in handy, I guess. I knew you dabbled in poisons.
I'm trying to expand my arsenal, so to speak. And he gestures to, there's a book on the table that did he end up giving back or throwing out the potion making for dummies? Because I know he like pointed at it and got pissy that it was treating him like a child, but I don't remember if he actually ditched it or not.
I think you got rid of the shitty potion making book that
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
being very helpful, and you
gave me a
basically
better
traded it and paid. Yeah, you got a much better book.
Yeah, so you see like a, I guess, potion making for intermediate level, some shit. Sitting next to it, closed.
Part 2 of 3.
Yeah, I don't even get part 1.
It was never really part of my repertoire and teachings, the potion making. It always interested me back in my youth. But not something that they ever said that I should learn, which I always thought was sort of silly because potions come handy in every situation.
Yeah, everyone can cast spells and that's all well and good, but when you need something to fall back on, whether you run out of magic power or in an environment that doesn't really allow for it, you've got a backup, which is always nice to have. Obviously, I'm quite trained in poisons. Growing up in the Fae, I needed something to do. And, well, I can thank the Myconids for helping with that. But something else, something to keep the mind focused when in any sort of gestures around to the environment he's in. I don't really do this, like, just points around. This is like a big family and, well,
Lots of people.
yeah.
Speaking of pride in general, or just traveling with a group.
The group's about right, it's about give or take how many siblings that I have. So that's not too outside the comfort zone. It's just there's a lot of people here. Like in towns is fine because, well, I can't say nobody doesn't look at me twice because they definitely do. But they usually give me a wide berth, which I'm perfectly okay with. Here though, it's just a lot of close. Don't do close.
I understand that to a degree, maybe not to the same level as it is for you. When I first left my home, before then I wasn't really permitted to go outside all that much. I was mostly kept inside teaching, and very little time did I actually get to be around the bustle of the city. But it gets, I imagine you probably are already experiencing it. It gets somewhat easier. For me, I was a little bit more frightened than anything. But it does get easier. But these poisons and stuff that you're working with has this got something to do with your current situation, Izaz? I can't help but notice that you look like you're ailing in some sense.
Probably. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm nothing if not resilient. I'm
Who's
sure I
going
just
to
need a good
insight
night's
that?
rest. You want me to roll a thing?
Sure.
Well,
If you're
here's the-
trying to deceive, or
here's
if you're
the thing,
trying
though.
to.
I don't think he knows.
Oh, if that's the case, then like,
So-
if you don't think he's trying to deceive her,
Like, I don't think he knows what's going on. So he's just thinking what would make the most amount of sense. If that
with a
makes
14,
sense.
can I tell whether or not he has no fucking clue what's going on?
Yeah, for the most part. You see a fraction of what might be described as unfamiliarity with what's going on with him, but he doesn't seem too concerned. Whether there's a reason for that or not, they're not quite sure.
Well, I don't want to pry at all. I guess, I get concerned. I just don't want anyone to be struggling with anything and not feel like they can tell someone about it. Because if that's something our group has done in the past, they're very good at it. We're all very good at it. I feel like we're getting a little better, but pulling up your problems, making them no one else's issues, and not calling out for help is a great skill of ours.
Well, I appreciate the concern, and I wouldn't even know what kind of help to call out for, but if I think I need it, I'll probably say something.
Well, I have some healing. Still learning, but anyway.
Aren't we all?
Can I look at your book by chance? I don't think I'll understand much of it, but
By all means. Not using it at the moment.
she just sits down and picks the book up and like tries to read, which I'm assuming is probably complicated, like alchemy jargon that she probably doesn't get a whole lot from, but she's going to read the book.
Yeah, you sit down and read it. It is just intermediary trainings on like potions. It's a lot it's like half technical, half like you can understand it. But you're not struggling as much as you thought of. It's just like with it like
More about his reading level.
it's like oh if you look at like the set that he's bought, you can identify like the items, and it's just like oh but the like way to set the temperature on the flasks is all like weird. It's like use the thrumbar position, and you're like I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, she's like fairly intelligent person, like pretty good with her like skill in like writing, and whatnot. But there's a certain point where it's just like I'm going to assume that this fancy word is used for this fancy thing, which I'm going to assume this fancy thing does this sort of thing. I don't know how. But yeah, she spends most of the time, if Inazaz seems like he's just sort of settling down to just relax, she just spends that reading, and if he talks with her, she'll talk with him.
Yeah.
But she doesn't pry any more into his health.
Yeah. Arkfa, as you go towards the tattoo parlor, you see like a tent that's got like one or two tables in there, and you see a Leonin has part of his back shaven as another is doing the old stick and poke, putting a backside tattoo onto him, which as we discussed before for like Leonin and furred creatures goes into like the follicle section and will dye the hair as it grows out.
That's cool.
painful.
Nah, tattoos aren't that bad. I lie. They're pretty bad.
You have
They're
some
okay.
Yeah?
Like, you stab in the
No,
face,
I'm a
no shit's
sucker for
painful.
pain, alright?
As you
Haha,
approach,
I'm a coward. I like pretty colors.
yeah, as you approach, you see what looks like to be a kenku, like an ostrich kenku, sort of sitting there, like advertising. Unless he's gone.
He is
Sam
muted,
is muted.
so he may have had to step away. I didn't see AFK notes, so
The ostrich kangaroo was so terrifying, he shoved his head directly into the dirt.
You know, it was because it was, you know, common like culture. You're just like, yes, this is how I agree to him.
Oh yeah, my friend. Face plant was a hard packed dirt.
Come
Like,
on
no,
in!
He is, and his head's in the
Something.
sand.
I can perform
Here.
tattoos from this position.
they don't even do it though. It's a myth.
Well, sometimes myths can be real in my game.
I mean, you do stick their head in the sand, but it's not to hide from things.
It's to do
It's probably to
tattoos,
find
idiot.
stuff to eat. I
It's,
believe
I think
ostriches are really fucking stupid because they've got tiny little pea brains with giant
I might-
bodies.
I might be
Scared
wrong,
of
but I'm pretty sure it's because they bury their eggs for safety. So they stick their head underground to where their nests are. Basically, dig their head down to check on the eggs that are underground and to rotate
So
them
is
so
it
they don't
good?
get too cold or warm on one side.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Why
Good,
am I
yeah,
doing
looks good.
You're good.
Because you have
I
time.
do.
Yeah, I'm chill. Alright. I guess, Mim, what are you doing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then it turns out she's also AFK. Fuck.
Put a pin in that one as well.
Wait, sorry, were you talking to me?
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry, that was such bad timing. My mom literally just came in and started talking to me.
That's so good.
I'm good now.
Yeah, what are you doing now?
There's still more games to play, or?
Yeah? There's a whole bunch of competitions still being played.
Oh, Tara's gonna just keep doing competitions till she can't no more.
Alright, what do you want to do? Sleight of hand or perception?
I'll just sleight of hand.
Okay.
Good job, Sam.
I guess we'll do yours and then we'll do Arthur.
No, do Terra. Yeah.
One thing. Just need to talk to Darian.
Oh. Talk to Darry.
Yeah, talk to Darian.
Send DMs to my husband. Oh, rude.
Okay, I can this one. So essentially, you approach the area that is the sleight of hand booth. It's a lot less conventional than the rest because some of them have stages or pre-built areas set up. The sleight of hand competition, which you tell what it is when you approach and you kind of see what's going on. It's essentially a game of keep away, except it takes place across most of the Pride, and you aren't sure who the participants are. So you go in there and you register your stuff in there, and they tell you that they show you a token and be like, there is someone out there who has this token. Go find it and steal it from them without their knowledge. And then there are other participants who will be hunting for that token as well. And so you have to go out and literally pickpocket this token off the person. You have to find the person who has it, pickpocket it off them, and then keep it away from other people who are doing the same without knowing who you're working against.
Oh, that is
So basically-
that's great. Oh, if Tara gets it, I know exactly what's happening. She's shoving it in her bra. Nobody dare lift the hand there to take it.
I was gonna say, does this entail good sneak, good sleight of hand, but also good perception? Because
Are there any
Your
rules
wisdom's
about
pretty-
wild shaping as well? By the way.
There are a few rules in place to keep it a fair game, like no use of magic. Else they say that wizards would just cast a wrist pocket and then no one else would be able to fucking do anything.
What about
or
like,
invisibility.
wild
Yeah.
shaping?
That is technically magic, though it's not a spell. It is a magical thingy. Yeah, for the sake of just like keeping the competition up, there are a few limitations. Being like, if you're competing, stay within this area. That way, someone doesn't just get the token and then go just walk out into the fucking savannah and return like in the evening, and be like, "I'm winner."
Bye guys, I'm out.
Basically, mainly they're like the rules are there just to make it like a good show of sportsmanship. So the first preliminary tests, even though things would incorporate stealth and perception and whatnot, this is a competition of sleight of hand. So we'll say that skill incorporates what your skills are for finding a mark. You know, like there's even rules on like where you can keep the token. That way you can't just like put it in a shoe, stuff like that. It has to be like in a way where it might, if you're not careful, be revealed to people. So yeah, so you can roll your first sleight of hand check, which is essentially searching the area to find your mark, to find the person. See if you can spot the person who is currently holding the token.
Do you want me to put it in base chat or into the tower?
Into the tower, because AJ's here and he can tell me what you get.
Okay.
Okay, there are 3 marks total. There's a silver, a bronze, and a gold one. Let's say, just because each of these has a first, second, and third place.
The guy easiest
Holy
to
shit.
find. Is the guy that's the hardest to find. It's yourself. We put the token on you, actually.
You hid the token inside you. You have to cut it out with a scalpel. This is Saw now.
No, it's
Star
it's
now.
Fifth Element.
Shit.
So there's like
so
100 of them.
there's a lot of elements. Holy fuck.
Curse.
You begin your search. It takes some time because there's a decent bit of ground to cover, and you have to be careful. Spotting any tiny indication of when the thing could be. As you're walking around, this is probably the competition that takes the longest because there's a sheer fact of the scouting and the essentially the cat and mouse game you have to play. Good bit of hunting. You think you spot someone who has one of the tokens. So the next roll would be the approach. If you can essentially get up to them without them noticing, and see if you can find the right weakness to exploit to get said item.
As I'm doing this, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have Mr. Squiggles with me, and I'm gonna be holding him on my chest, arms under his paws and stuff, trying to just look kind of like a tourist, almost like I'm just kind of checking things out, to try to be like as subtle as possible. Like seem like my hands are busy holding the cat and everything.
Yeah. Essentially trying to create a false level of innocence and safety. Alright. It takes some time to get close to the target. You're able to correctly ascertain they have one of the marks. In fact, not only did you find a person with a mark, you found the person with the golden token. You were really damn good. This person is very, very suspicious. You can tell by their body language that they are looking as hard as they can to make sure that no one sneaks up on them, or trying not to look like they are. As you're taking your time, slowly getting closer, having to change direction when you feel like they're watching you a bit longer than is comfortable, and then loop back around and approach a different way, faking and looking at stalls. A decent amount of time passes as you slowly get closer and closer and closer, but eventually you're within arm's reach. So the real question is, can you pull off the snatch without him noticing?
Oh, I hope so.
Go for it.
Do it while he notices and just run.
Nope.
Jesus Christ. And I would say you rolled very good, and I rolled very bad. You move towards him, holding your cat and your little flaming kitten in your hands. An act of innocence that belies your true purpose, and eventually, as you move towards the stall where he is currently grabbing another drink, you bump into the stall as if you're ordering one as well. And as you do, you partially drop your flaming cat, which drops on the bench, causing a distraction. And in that moment when he has to step back to stop his drink from being spilled all over himself, you quickly reach forward, reach into the side pocket where you swear you saw the token, and pull it out without him noticing, pocketing the token yourself.
Yeah, afterwards, Tara sort of picks up a cat and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He gets squiggly sometimes. That's why he's called Mr. Squiggles. Can I buy you another drink in case it's spilled? I'm so sorry.
He takes you up on the offer being, and it's like, that's okay, it didn't spill. It came close though, but if you're offering, I'm not going to say no to a free drink. Haha. Hee hoo.
She'll either give him the coins or pay for another drink straight up and just, she's like, again, I'm so sorry. Any chance do you have any suggestions for good food places to go to? Kind of my first time ever being, well, in a place like this in general.
I want you to make a persuasion check, even though this isn't a part of it. I just want to see, this is when you make a persuasion check.
Okay. Could I do deception?
Performance?
I will allow deception.
Okay, cool.
Because-
Deception.
yeah, I'll-
She's lying in this whole situation.
Yes, you're very much lying, so I will allow deception.
No!
Natural.
That is upsetting.
You're looking for a place like, yeah, definitely. I know a great food place. And he like turns to like puts the drink down, turns to like point out a place to you that he knows of. And as he does, his hand, you see, instinctively reaches into that pocket that he had the token in, and he freezes for a moment, and you realize that he knows the token is gone, and so you make your getaway. You're like, I need to leave right now, because this man's about to become suspicious of everyone even relatively close to him, and so you start to get out of that area.
Is there any chance anywhere nearby I can see, like, Christine, Aqua, Hugh, and Inez as anybody that I recognize?
Yeah, we can say, for convenience sake,
Sure.
like, you can always run into other groups, yeah.
Tara will look at one of them. Would you say anybody, or like just this, like everybody, but maybe Zaz and Selena?
Depends, is my tank close?
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably not.
I'd say like the main group who were like drinking and spending time together. Probably Aqua's off getting a stick and poke, but the others, yeah. So Christine and Hugh
Christine
mainly.
then. Tara sees Christine and she's like, oh, it's my sister! And she just trottles off towards Christine, and when she sees Christine, she just suddenly pulls Christine in for a hug.
Just imagine like kind of like weird thing where it's like I don't know what's happening, kind of like slow hand.
She
like,
just starts and
like
goes,
a
play
pat.
along, I just saw something.
More of a pat, like how you doing? Like, kind of like not really in the care to like worry about what the fuck's going on. It's just kind of flowing with it. She can play an act if she needs to, and it's just like, well, okay.
And
Alright.
Tara will just continue off with Christine.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
if
she
she's
keeps
her
not
close,
totally
like, like-
distracted.
She just try to like make like the very like idle chatter, like what you would like kind of do for like the little sister, like, oh, did you get lost, Slayer? Like, did you find what you're like trying to look for? Like, are you okay? Like, while moving away.
You make
Slightly,
me one
like,
final.
yeah.
Make one final sleight of hand check. As you, while moving out of the area, trying to make a distance here, you then spend the rest of the time keeping your own eyes out, trying not to have them notice you too clearly, and avoid, making yourself look suspicious.
Would
while
you say I could have advantage on that since I have an 18 in passive perception?
I'm gonna say no, because this is the specifically sleight of hand competition. This is basically meant to say you're essentially looking out for others using the same techniques you would.
Yep.
I can't give the
Yeah.
help action, can I?
Nah, in this case it's just a
Yeah,
solo thing.
Didn't think. Yeah, it's all good.
AJ, what did you roll?
I do have the.
Is AJ okay? Okay, cool. Alright. You spend the rest of the time of the competition, walking with Christine, talking, maybe getting drinks, eating food, whatever. Spending the time with your sister, keeping your eyes open, and to the best of your ability, you think you've made it out there. You're like, yeah, I've got this. No one followed me here. I've managed to, like, a few people you think you spot, and like you steer Christine away and avoid them as best you can. When they're following you, you try to lose them in crowds and whatnot, and just to distract them and other things. You eventually return to the booth where it's time within the competition over to turn over your token, and when you go to pull out your gold token, instead you're holding a bronze token, as you were pickpocketed by another person who swapped your token for theirs.
I'll take still having a token.
Yep, you get apesy at 1 point.
Who got the gold token?
Just another Leona man walks up. Not the man that you stole it from, someone else entirely who you never pegged the entire time. as part of the competition. They turn up with the gold token, and when you look around sorting them, they wink at you, and you can assume they stole it off you.
She will wink back at them.
Yep.
Mad respect.
They rolled a natural 20 on the final check.
Did the guy she stole from have any tokens in the end?
No. I rolled so bad for him. In your discovery, approach, and stealing, I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 2.
Oh.
So the fact that he had a token, oof. There, you get a point.
Nice, I'll take that.
As we zoom back in to Akva at the stick and poke tent, where a kenku, an ostrich kenku man is like, I forgot what it is, but like promoting the parlor as you approach.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many clients you've got right at the moment, but I have a bit of a complex design I'd been meaning to get tattooed for a while, though out of respect for the one who designed it originally, I might make some alterations before committing. You're going to be here during then I will show off the design at the very least, like pull out this little parchment.
He sort of looks over, is like, this will take a couple days at a quick glance, but yes, this parlor will be open throughout the Pride. We will, if you're competing, we can book you in for the 4th day and the 6th day. And if necessary, we can schedule to be completed after the Pride and stay behind a little. We've done that before.
That would be a good arrangement, yes.
Gives a nod, just like, let me get my... he goes and pulls out a roll of parchment and is like, what's your name and when would you like to schedule this for?
Akva. Virali.
Yeah.
Sort of slightly hesitant on saying the last name after recent events, but...
Virali. I remember doing the tattoos for your sister.
I'm not currently participating with the Virali, though.
That doesn't matter to me. The name is... while it's important for the competing clans, you're a client.
Thank you. It better just not to ask. It's a whole lot.
Gives a nod. We only have traditional ink here. If this was meant to be any way magical, it can be accomplished, but we only have a few magical inks available.
I think starting traditional is good for now.
Gives a nod. And if you're participating, then I'll book you in for the 4th, and if you're going to finish this off with us, I'll schedule it for the 6th day as well as the 7th, in case it takes that long.
Thank you.
Gives a nod. If you leave the designs with me, I can have a look. And like you spend about maybe an hour. I'm not entirely sure how long these pre-tattoo consultations take, but changing the things to be a blend of old stick and poke back in Akaya, and your own designs, and plus the tribal elements of the Pride and Leonin, and you create a design that you're happy with. I'll say by this point, those who haven't participated in a competition, if you wanted to do so, you could. Otherwise, we can move on to the evening when the lights are out and the competitions are closed.
I'm happy to move on to the evening myself.
I'm just...
Yes. You cut out a lot just now. What'd you say?
Hmm?
I think you might just cut out a bunch. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said I'm good to skip to the evening.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Zaz is doing anything in his current condition.
Okay.
Do we see Zaz at dinner?
Probably. You'll
let
see.
me just do...
He gets
not
so
allowed
much
to
better that
die.
he actually goes negative integer. Oh no.
Let me just do one of these.
Do this
Actually.
to me.
I swear to God,
These.
if I don't fucking die, I think I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I kind of now want you not to, just so I get my $50.
Yeah, as you all start walking by, those who walk by the main stage and have all the screens present, as like last night, the point total has been updated as people have been competing in the competitions throughout the day. And currently, in first place is Clan Akfa with 42 points, as well as Clan Virali with 42 points.
Oh.
I was gonna say we didn't even fucking try, or like some of you tried, but like for the most part we went off on a nice little walk and got to see
We had a
some.
visage. I had a
Finally, I
drink.
had that
Nice.
damn gold token.
And yeah, the third clan is on 34 points now. Clan Ifendir.
Oh, that's a big gap.
Wow, that is a drop.
That's cool.
It seems your sister's clan went hard with the mini competitions.
Yep.
Did I piss her off?
You only had two
No.
people who went hard.
Look, all I'm saying is that we are winning in the main events. Winning the side events, that's like so
Yeah,
slow.
that's cringe.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, if we win all the main events and they beat us because of the side events, just imagine how
Cringe.
fucking frustrating that would be.
That's not a win. That's a second-hand like.
It's
loss.
like, oh no, we're losing the Olympics, so we're gonna play carnival games to make up the difference.
Akfa, you would know. Just this is your own thing. You can tell other people if you want. The points ultimately don't declare the victor. You know that they're a currency that can be used for the final event.
Oh.
Oh no,
That's
this
way
is
cooler.
staying a secret.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's cool. That's awesome.
I do actually remember it mentioned now.
And tell only Zaz, he'll take it to his grave.
God fucking damn it, Jeremy! Can't do this
Say it
to me
again.
anymore.
To the camera.
Doing
Flat
it-
face.
Jeremy,
eyes.
you're death flagging yourself wrong. You gotta say that you're gonna make it out of this to get to your family.
Well, as evening has arrived and
red
Zaz
shirt.
is sleeping in his tent, Selena looking over him, you do see the body rise and fall, and for all intents and purposes, the 24 hours have in fact passed.
She
Okay.
doesn't know anything's going on. She just thinks like every now and then she sort of glances over to make sure he's not like, you know, dying
No,
or
yeah.
like, you know, choking out in his sleep or whatever. Like he doesn't know. She just keeps an ear out for him and just keeps reading.
He's mainly fatigued, and like when he wakes up, he drinks water. When dinner comes around, he does go out up to Zaz how he feels about eating his normal amount of food or less than that. But other than that one bit of throw up on the way back, seems to be fine. Just tired, like post recovering after being sick in the middle of the day, sort of thing. Does anyone want to do anything this evening?
Yeah, sort of around the end of dinner. Or, yeah, I assume we all eat sort of together. Aqua sort of leans over to Christine. I've decided to go through with getting that tattoo. With some changes.
Was this the one from
The islands, yes.
Yes.
Some changes to reflect things. It's been a very long day. Should we retire and perhaps give you a chance to enjoy the chest fur before I have to shave it off?
Am I?
Kind of like has like the the sort of playful head tilt, probably more so just with like she's of mine, but that sort of looseness, I guess, from just the earlier events. Just like, just kind of doesn't really say anything, just gets up to move.
Holy bastards.
Oh my.
It's just like that
Leads-
subtle
leads you
sort
along.
of wave behind as if to say, yep, good night.
Yeah, just leads you along.
Is this a go into those other tents sort of rendezvous, or just a go to sleep rendezvous?
Wherever he
That's
points
for off
me.
camera.
All right.
That's for them to know, and you can.
Yeah,
Fade
it's the fade
away.
to black moment. I walk off camera and we let the fan fiction ride that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get on
exactly.
that. Get on AO3.
Get that 3 a.m. tism going.
As God intended.
It had simply
Oh,
been
it
a long
did.
day. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. As anyone else?
I want to go find the Lunan that stole from me, and I want to steal something from him.
All right. Yeah. Roll a perception check to see if you can pick him out in the crowd again.
Steal his belt.
He's
Steal
gone, never
his
to be
belt.
seen again.
Still his pants.
I'll steal his life.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah, you see him chilling with his like clan off in one of the sections. Probably
Is he
a
part
couple
of
from
Aqua's sister's clan, or is he a different clan entirely?
you. You know what?
In different clan.
No. Yeah, he's in a different clan.
Damn.
He's
There are seven
sleeping
clans.
like
Not everyone is part of Aqua's sister's clan.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if he potentially like took the him taking that token from me, put him to the point where they're the exact same level as us. Because she would be so much more mad. Yeah, I just want to try to steal something from
Yeah.
him.
He's just vibing with the rest of his people, joking, talking about like some of the competitions he's run. He seemed to be like participating in most of the dex-based ones, like stealth and acrobatics. And he seems to come across as a pretty big winner in all that regard. As you sort of approach, roll a sleight of hand to see what you can get away with.
Actually, can I use my inspiration as well on this?
Yeah, if you want.
Sure.
Cool, I'll
No,
roll
it
another
steals
one.
from me about me, and then I steal from you instead.
Never mind. The 23 is the good stuff.
She stole his belt buckle.
Stole his pants.
Stole his penis.
This is the Dragon Age 3 situation. You take the man's pants and also all of his friends' pants.
No, breaches.
Good old Skyrim logic.
Okay. Yeah, as he's sitting and chatting, you walk past as he raises his hands, like just regaling how he won the sleight of hand competition. Like talking about you and how you were gullible. As you smile curtly as you walk behind him, you grab like a set of instead of a necklace like Arkva found from that Leonin he stole, it's more of like a keychain-esque thing, something that's like can be connected to their pants. As you sort of fiddle with it, you unhook it, and you walk away with it.
And then I want to go back to our group, and I want to switch back to my tiefling form.
Okay.
Bunny girl is no longer. She's disappeared.
Alright. When you came, she went, she robbed a random man in a competition. And
And
she's
she never
gone.
existed in the first place.
I hope this is valuable to him.
Oh boy.
It was his mother's.
His dead mother gave this to him, and now it's mine.
I mean, yeah,
That's a clan symbol.
that's a
That's,
that's
might
something
not be as
that,
inaccurate as you think.
that's what Arkva spent like the entire campaign trying to give back.
Still haven't done that yet, by the way.
Oh no,
No,
you
that's
did.
that's like
Did I?
I remember you did
Yeah.
because we
You
brought
said
it
you
up.
had to wait for downtime to do it.
Oh no, I remember you did it because you asked about which clan, and we
Oh,
named the clan. So I think
Okay.
you did do that.
I'm just
Yeah, it was
not
like the very
familiar.
first day before the first event. It was day 0, I'm pretty
Right,
sure.
Thank you.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna spend the rest of the night with the clan playing with Mrs. Squiggles.
Cool. What is everyone else doing? If there is anything else to be done for the evening.
I think Selena would just probably stay with Inazaz for the rest of the evening. She'd probably just she'd stay up, like, just because she's got that weird concern sort of thing. Anyway, like if anyone in the party suddenly freaking had something like that happen to them, she'd probably be hanging around. But yeah, she'd just sort of try to find somewhere comfortable enough to stay for the night, and maybe wait until a little bit later before she sort of retires. She'd probably just get a bedroll and just sort of sleep there.
Yeah.
Just to keep kind of close, just in case anything does go wrong. But yeah, nothing really.
I will go to Akfa and ask him if what I stole is valuable or important.
I think we'll save
Yeah,
that for
finding tonight.
the next day. We could do that early in the morning, the next day.
Easy.
Yeah.
As anything else, you can.
Hugan, will briefly check in on him as hearing that, seeing that Selena's outside currently looking in towards him. Was like,
No, she stayed in this tent the whole time.
oh,
Yeah, she parked a seat, is reading his book, and it's just he's either been doing his own thing, and she's just been sitting nearby.
Yeah, she didn't tell you who.
You didn't tell me who,
No.
but Selena's not the type to just hang around people.
You've seen everyone else already.
Yeah.
It's Selena, she's sitting down too much.
You probably know
Yeah.
her well enough to know that
Something's up, yeah.
by heart she's a healer. She tends to stick with the people who she thinks need help. So whether or not someone's struggling with something, they're upset about something, or if they're not well or whatever, she tends to try to sort of hang around, at least try to be helpful.
Want me to have a look over him?
I think he's okay. I think it might have just been a touch of food poisoning. I was a little concerned for a bit there earlier this afternoon. It was almost like he was choking on something, but he believes that it's nothing. And he seems to be a lot better now, so I mean, you're more than welcome to if he's okay with it. I'm assuming is Zaz awake at the moment, or is he asleep?
We'll say sleep.
I'd probably suggest waking him up and at least asking, but I'm keeping an eye on him for the time being.
I will give my divine sniffer a test. Any Fey fiends are undead.
Yes. He smells of Fae.
Yes. Full stop.
Heyo.
I never on the Fey world.
The fiends wandered off somewhere else.
He's got that Bay stag.
You know what? That's probably not what I meant to do, but
Yes, he's.
you know,
Wait a minute.
he's already a Fey. I already know that. Never mind.
I do feel like some of those checking for different things kind of doesn't work with our group, does it? With the infernal, celestial, and Fey
Do you learn?
wandering around.
I guess I can't just do this, and I breathe deeply, and I cast Detect Evil and Good.
Yes, I am both evil and good. Next question.
For the duration, I know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me. Similarly, I know if there's a place or an object within 30 feet of me that's being magically consecrated or desecrated.
Place is hella
You
consecrated.
have reconfirmed he is in fact
Fae.
Fae.
I'm just
This
gonna.
place probably hella consecrated.
Does Divine Sense tell you the specific type or just the type?
I think it tells you the type.
Just that they're around.
Like no,
It does not identify, so it won't tell me if something's like Strahd.
Yeah,
But
but
it was-
that like the example there is a name. I'm not like, oh, can you find out if like they're a nymph or a naiad?
No,
No,
I think it's
okay.
just the type.
Yeah, fair
It
enough.
just tells me that there is a fae.
Yeah.
But
It's a
hey,
fish type.
up
Still-
the
so you
DM's
can find out
discretion.
what the type is. Okay.
Well, what do you think, Darren? Does it give a subtype?
Subtitle.
Probably not, honestly.
Well, that
Fair enough. That's all
would
good.
detect even good though.
He just knows. That's like it's the exact same spell. Not gonna lie.
It is. It is.
It's that with elementals and aberrations.
Yeah.
So it's ping and Fae near him. It's ping and
At
Celestial.
a rate of
near
range,
me.
right? 130, 160?
Yeah, one's 31. 60 feet. No, they're both.
The only
Divine
difference
says
is
is 60 feet. Evil and Good's 30 feet.
for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
130,
But
160.
it also tells me if
He
there's
can even
objects and
he
stuff.
can look on the ground and go, that's a holy ground. That's a not holy ground. Hello.
That's
Yeah.
a bad ground.
Well, it seems fine.
Which I mean, I guess the ground is pretty holy.
Yeah, this place consecrated.
It's
There's
consecrated.
little holes in it.
Got it.
Sort of. You know that's like it's probably not consecrated. It's just holy.
Well, if you need me, I'm going to be outside.
Okay.
I learned a lot yesterday, and I drank most of it away, but I don't think I'm going to get the hangover.
We learned a lot today too, but I don't feel like it would be right. Me telling everything about it without the others being there.
Yeah. Did
It
you
was
know
interesting.
That, yeah,
Sorry, go.
Did you know that the hobgoblins were the original custodians of Ghislaine?
Did I know that, guys? I don't think I did.
No.
I knew that they were further down because I remember hearing that story that they weren't they were pushed north. I didn't know that. Really?
Propaganda.
Certainly learned something today.
They were.
Yeah, my people lived there because the metals. And
You
then
see
they
like
were pushed up.
a flicker of like shame and kind of a little bit of guilt on her face. Like she's not after the stuff that we saw today. She's feeling. She's trying to struggle like not to feel like that, but at the same time, when you come from a background that has done not good things, you don't always feel so great about it.
Hey, you didn't do it. Okay?
I know that, but it
You
doesn't feel.
didn't do it.
I just wish that things could have been different, you know? I wish that a lot of things could have been different.
This is not your fault. Anyway, stars are looking good outside. I'm gonna go get some rest.
Have a
Don't
nice
stay up
night.
too late.
I won't.
I got a bed. Cast alarm. I don't have alarm anymore. I'm sad. No, I do. It's part of my thing. I still have it. I can. Not going to. Too
You're
tired.
casting alarm on the tent.
Around the tent, yeah.
I'll keep a note of that. That way, if she feels like something's happening, she'll just break the alarm. Yeah, as you leave, she sort of like watches you leave, kind of looks down a bit, that sort of like thoughtful thing, looks over to Inazaz, watching him sort of like, you know, not being dead, and then just kind of decides to turn in for the night.
Okay. As the night comes to you all, you all find rest, and you all wake up on the 17th of Anchor, I think. I don't know why my date was so far back in game. Yeah, you all wake up to 17th of Anchor, just as the morning sun breaks. Once again, similar to the first day of competition proper, you hear a thaumaturgically enhanced elder speak, but we'll go through that next time. As you all sort of wake up with this story.
Money, please.
How?
Money,
How
please.
what?
Guys,
How? How? It was really simple. He didn't roll the
He
number
rolled
we
really well.
wanted. He didn't
I
roll
would
the
say
number to
we
do.
rolled on the table to see. We rolled a D100 to see whether or not you would die by eating a slot egg, based on if it could, if it would naturally self-incubate and bury through your stomach lining into your chest cavity, or if you would digest it faster than that. And you rolled a 54, which is not
my
enough.
God.
Which was on a D100, 54 is not enough to be the I die number.
fair enough.
And then
Not
I guess
yet.
no,
you're
but
stuck with your new. You're stuck with your new friend. Okay.
By the sounds of it, there might still be problems.
Jeremy, there were
So it is going to be in his as his friend, whether he wants it to or not.
there were conversations from last time we played of, do we let him die? Jeremy is all about dying, and it is extremely funny if we follow what he does. But
Yeah,
we
but
were
apparently to you guys, it's funnier if I don't die.
Yeah.
Numbers, baby. Oh well.
Man,
I do kind of agree
I've
with
been
him, it is
stolen
funnier.
from before, and I've never felt more robbed.
What a quote! Fuck, that's gold.
As I said to Darian, he can just wait till next time he dies. It's not that hard. One lizard already did it.
He's never gonna die now. This is
I'm going out the
I'm
inflict
not
wounds. Hold
going
on.
to let him. No.
Bet.
I'm not
Bring
it
going
out.
to let him.
You're a
misses.
Mad.
sport.
Just
You're a
make
sport
Christine
druid.
mad. She'll kill you.
No.
I'll say, like, you're a sport druid. You're inherent in all your mechanisms are stand in front of all the bullshit without any of the good safety netting of not dying to all the bullshit. So you might die.
I swear, if I die
No.
before you,
No.
It's not cool.
Yeah, but you're like a spell slot. If he died to the slard, his soul would have become a slard. He would have just died.
no, I'll
I
just
would
find
be
it funny.
honest.
Akbar is
If I
extremely
could
hard to
fuck
die.
you.
Akbar is the easiest person to resurrect.
I just
Yeah.
just give him a high five. And then
Dude,
he comes
you
out.
just spell the spell slot, he's good. Your diamonds don't even need to be destroyed for it. Just
Yeah.
give him a sweet old crispy high five. He's up and at him.
And
Yeah,
what I'm
my,
saying
my
is I'm
revive,
literally
my
just
revive
a
is not
potion.
pretty.
I am going to, as soon as I have the level, get better revive abilities.
Ah,
I will
That's
say,
a
Never
Jeremy,
mind.
long-
Mm.
that's a long way away, I think.
part of what came into our decision at the moment was if I remember correctly, the other character you made was going to incorporate a decent chunk of the 2024 rules.
okay.
Which we are currently at a point where we haven't decided whether or not we're going
You
to be
gotta do the
including
switch over.
2024, if we're going to do a switch over, or if we're going to incorporate over a small bit of
Okay.
time. As the 2024 rules create pretty significant changes to several classes.
Yes.
While they are fully backwards compatible, so subclass issues wouldn't be an issue, it does bring up a balance question for those who do want to or don't want to switch, and then it's a case of if we force on everyone or don't. It was a situation where while your character idea is honestly fucking awesome, we had to weigh on the part of the concern we had to take into fact is if we let you roll 2024 now, what do we do for everyone else who wants to do it now versus those who don't want to do it?
No, that's fair.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, what I was expecting is for us three to play a joke on the party, but what ended up happening is that you guys played a joke on me, and I'm mad about it because I thought we were in this together, and apparently we're fucking not.
No.
You guys get to be buddy buddies.
No,
and I'm
like-
the asshole.
Like, you're asking about law, and I'm like, Darren, how do I say we can't give you this law because you're not dying?
I was expecting you to
Just,
just keep fucking in front of us.
I've been so keen for it for 4 weeks, and it's
No.
like, yeah, but no.
I mean, just
Everything
ask Kay
is-
about that sort of
okay.
stuff. Like the times that I'm sure Kay's probably felt like that, where it's like, I feel like I'm in the know with
Yeah.
this. Bam! Take that. Right in the chest,
Well-
right in the solar plexus.
On the plus side,
My favorite part is
shit.
like, can I have this? And they're like, not here. And I'm like, that's fair. I hate
On
you.
the downside, I've now got to look at it like this: if Saz lives, can I still delay us long enough for the tattoo? Saz, I swear to God.
Legitimately,
Well,
like I was on the team. He wants to die, Darren. He really wants to die.
Yeah, but letting him
Yeah.
wobble along is hilarious.
It is.
There is
Plus,
also
he can,
that
he
kind
can
of
die at the
thing
end
where-
of his story. Keep him around.
But we also did spend a lot of time riding the Feywild, so that also came into question.
You fucking
Fair.
say.
I find it funny because the first time we had to leave because another party member went missing. This time, we're on a time limit because as soon as the games are over, we need to head to the Feywild as far as we're aware as a party.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whoops.
My players, any cool streams coming from you?
My Left 4 Dead 2 streams are still currently on hold because the person who moved house still doesn't have internet.
Fair
Mm.
enough.
Love
So
that,
it's
Dane.
still just doing DVD on Monday nights, but that may also get cancelled because poor Taylor has like some seriously bad gastro. She's the one I was bringing supplies to today.
You mean
Sorry, that might
Sunhaven.
the Monday might just get cancelled, but like Sunhaven's happening. Borderlands may happen next Friday, but on Thursday.
Fair enough.
We can do Sunhaven Monday if you want.
Okay, I'm down to do more Sunhaven on Monday. It
Fish
just depends
Jesus.
how Taylor's feeling.
Yeah, so good. Dimmy, Sam.
I'm gonna say I am meant to stream on Tuesdays,
No, that's fair.
and they will happen eventually. I mean, I am currently reworking a vanilla plus Terraria to do that, but that's YouTube side and all. Yeah,
Dimmy.
Good fun.
We'll be streaming sporadically throughout the week for more Dead by Daylight. Maybe some HSR, maybe some Borderlands 3. It depends.
Okay.
I don't know.
This does now include Kay and Darian
Yeah.
for Thursdays, but maybe not this Thursday because Kay was like, but
I still haven't checked yet.
so,
I'm seeing them tomorrow.
so Tuesday for me is Persona 4 Golden, new stuff. No idea where I'm going with it, so lots of fun. Digimon World Redigitized Decode, the Kingdom Hearts of Digimon games apparently. We're somewhere in the post game. I've got no idea. Hopefully we can finish it soon. Because I want to get to the Egglock. The Egglock has been fucking going on. The Egglock still has people who need to make me eggs. Thursday, yeah, that's how days work. We will be starting Archipelago. Which, if you don't know, is a multi-world randomizer of many games, not just one game. The two confirmed games, or I should say the one confirmed game and the maybe confirmed game, is Darian is playing Dark Souls 3, and Kay might be playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Randomizer.
Randomizer, obviously.
Specifically the one where I have to
Oh,
run
and
around beat
Tez is
people up.
playing Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Yay!
Fuck, Mel.
I need to pick a game. Rebecca needs to pick a game. And then we need to test
Okay.
it.
For how
Yeah,
absolutely
zero.
fucked the Dark Souls 3 randomizer is, because I've been testing in my own time, I'm randomizing almost all items and all enemies and bosses, which in my 2 attempts so far has caused a endgame DLC boss to spawn as the first boss in the game that I have to fight with no level up and only 3 heals. It's taken me a lot of attempts.
Twice.
And then on the
Save
other end
mine.
of that,
Twice that
and on the end-
happened.
on the other end of that, me playing Ocarina of Time walks into the Kokiri shop, looks over, and sees a ferry boat on the floor. I'm like, well, thank you.
Fucking
Thank
love
you.
swingeth.
And then I got a hook shot.
And then,
I'm
yeah.
gonna save
And,
my config as
And I got
surprise.
bums. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm doing alright.
Friday is more Okami HD. We beat Orochi, which I thought was going to be the final boss, but there's more to that game apparently, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, there is. There's heaps more.
So I think I'm just under halfway, having a look at like IGN's walkthrough sort of guide. I think I'm like 9 chapters into 19, so sub 50%. So good times. And Thursday, Saturdays for the entire month of April, all 4 weeks, you can join me, Dimitri, Rebecca, Kay, Sam, and Jeremy for Curse of Strahd Season 3. Which is a fun April Fool's take on Curse of Strahd. They are level 9, they've done a whole bunch last season in 2023, and now they are possibly going to wrap up the party gathering stuff, and they might actually get to view to the party.
And speaking of D&D 2024, updates. A lot of it. To everyone in that game, so it's gonna
Yes. We're doing a lot of 5.19 stuff. Like, people have changed their races to some of Logan Laidlaw's things and become overpowered and fun. Kay is entirely a new type of monk.
I'm not even a monk.
So good of a monk that she can do more damage in a turn than a monk can.
Yeah, no, I'm still Bard Rogue, it's just I'm also a monk.
Just a monk on the side. She's locking the fuck in and not using her key. That does mean that we will not be getting Echoes of the Forgotten or Guardian Rebirth until early May, and for Guardians halfway through May. However, because of this, when people are struggling in Archipelago or getting bored of the game that they're playing, at least once during April we'll be switching out a Thursday to play a Guardians Rebirth stream. Just because everyone who's playing the Archipelago is also in Guardians. So, there will be one Guardians in, at least one Guardians in April, at least. I will give you that. Probably. Unless everyone is super happy with the Archipelago and I'm the only one suffering, once again, when it comes to fucking randomizers.
It would be
I don't
fun.
know, man. I had the setting on to try and make the first boss not bullshit, and I got the end game boss again. So who knows what will happen?
Darren will spend the first 3 weeks at the boss.
Yeah, maybe. It took me 2 hours, and I only got it to its 3rd phase, half health. So
To be fair, it started phase 2.
yep.
Until then, we will catch you all later. Have a good time, and see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.